had them now at least
Wait a minute.
3 years, 4 years.
They're microscopic. Are you sure that
They exist.
they exist and someone
do.
takes $500 from you? And
Okay, so you want to know the test. The test is,
Tell me.
it's really cool. So you know the pianist Glenn Gould, right?
yes.
Okay. So he did the Goldberg Variations. Now,
The show on ABC?
yes.
Okay.
So when you
Wait,
listen,
the wrestler Goldberg?
yeah.
Oh.
So when you're listening to play, when you're listening with these headphones, you can hear this guy hum as he's playing the piano. It's fucking amazing. And okay, so that horrible movie Tron Legacy or whatever, which the soundtrack is amazing.
Right.
Okay, so in that you can hear when they're playing with an orchestra, you can hear
this fucking script sucks.
pretty much, yes, because you can hear the orchestra actually, the people moving. You can hear the background music. They're awesome. They're awesome. Now the thing is Shure came out with the 848s, which are $1,000, which I will never ever buy.
Frankly, I'm a little surprised about the $500 ones, but you know,
I have tinnitus, so it works
I have tomorrow's.
Do you? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now I've always been a sound person, so I've always had to I've gone through the whole buying crappy ones, and I'm like, no.
I don't really care about sound, as is proven week upon week upon week.
So I've tested the Bang Olufsen's Bang whatever, and they're not bad. They're not bad for the price of 100 and something. They're pretty decent.
Then there's a porn version, Bang Awful Sons.
Yes, yeah. But they there's a bit of a tinniness. You don't get a lot of bass on it. I'm just saying.
Bass? How low can you go?
Bass, really low, really low, really.
Brother, no.
I don't know.
Yeah, you're Thurl Ravenscroft, long lost niece.
Yeah.
Scott's here, but I don't see.
Scott!
Oh, so Rob. I mean, I see a picture of Scott, and I see a picture of Rob.
Hey, Scott.
When I hear Scott now, he's calling from the future.
Who is?
Where everyone has an echo.
Oh. Shit.
Or actually sounds like they're on their speaker, or the room speaker.
Hold on.
Oh, that's what I wanted to do.
What?
What's that?
I don't know. See if I can find it.
Is that better?
Oh my
wow!
gosh, yes.
Yeah,
it is.
Okay, my settings got messed up, so.
All right.
Now, don't be that hard on yourself, and don't be hard.
So, not on this show.
I am very afraid. Rob's here.
Yes.
Hi, Rob.
Hey.
And
I'm gonna trade these out.
What are you trading out?
It's these earbuds.
Are you getting some Bang Wolfensons?
Yeah. I think I'm getting Banginsons or something.
Bangkok?
Anyway,
Bangkok?
I got a Zune you could use.
They're just banging.
Oh my God, a Zune? Do you still own one?
You betcha.
Wow.
Right there.
Wow.
If you don't believe me, there's the logo.
There, I see that. I'm amazed. Yes.
I can squirt to you anytime I want.
Hey, if anybody's going to be squirting, it's me.
Oh, man.
Well, that's what this podcast is really all about.
Yeah. Squirting.
Yes, that's what we meant by that.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Hey, Rob, you know what we haven't done in a while?
There's several answers to this. All of them frightening. Yes. What have we
Okay.
not done? What have we
I
not
don't know.
done?
I don't know.
Okay.
It's just a while. It needs to be organic, so I'll let it go.
Well, no, I just sorry. I dropped the ball on that. It's on me.
It's all right.
My bad.
Anyway.
That joke died like a killer whale at SeaWorld.
Ooh, too soon.
Oh, just the appropriate amount of time.
Well, inappropriate's the new Vogue now, so.
It is. Oh my God, it is.
That and alternative facts.
Well, welcome to our dystopian future, people.
Yes. Welcome to the Need Coffee Radio Players presents 1984.
If alternative facts is a real
No.
thing, does that mean we can?
1984, Big Brother knew what he was doing.
If alternative facts is a real thing, then can we just have the alternative fact of who the president is?
No, it's actually alternative facts of life. It's a version of the TV series Facts of Life where like all the characters are like heroin addicts, and Mrs. Garrett's like a pimp.
Mrs. Garrett.
Mrs. Garrett was a pimp. So how's
Yes.
that different?
I know.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
the one
I was
thing that's the same. I gotcha.
Absolutely. I think
Oh wow, you sound a hell of a lot better. What'd you do?
I traded out earbuds.
Oh well, you did a good
There you
job.
Thanks. I traded out the $90 ones for the $30 ones. Go figure.
Wow.
I should have banged a Gong Olufsen.
That while I'm drinking.
Sorry.
Well done.
This keyboard, quality insignia product from Best Buy, I spilled coffee all over it the other day. So now I can't use I can't use this part of the keyboard. So I have to just it sticks anytime I try to press it too hard. That's what
Sorry,
you
man.
said.
So you got sticky keys?
Whoa.
Ladies.
So Rob, you're seeing John Cleese tonight?
Yes.
Wait, why is that happening? And why the hell are you on this call?
Because I have about 2 more minutes.
Can you
So,
can you just turn on your phone when you get there? We'll be really quiet.
I know, yeah.
So we have a NPR station here, and they do a series with a university.
Well,
right?
you have an NPR
efficacy.
station there currently. Sorry.
John, the one time,
too soon.
for the fucking time I feel nice.
This is why we can't have nice things.
I know, isn't it? I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
John, at least if you're going to destroy my world, do it with a certain amount of panache and craft like Rox does.
Panache-ish.
Don't use a
Did I
blunt
get- did
object
I
is what
get-
you're saying.
Did I get on the podcast and tell Rox that she wasn't going to have a Ringling Brothers Barnum and Bailey circus? No, I said, how are you?
Oh,
And that's this.
too soon.
So anyway, yes, John's doing a tour now. So the NPR station here that we have for now sponsors a series with this university, and they can bring all these different people. Like they had Fareed Zakaria while he's still in the country, and a bunch of other people come, and they always have different speakers. Right? And you have to buy tickets the entire series if you want to see any of them, right? So a friend of mine that I used to work with about 25 years ago works at that NPR station. I said, look, in November, I said, look, if you happen across any tickets to John Cleese, I will buy them. Just get me in the building. I will run coffee.
That's
I will
me
do
and
sound.
Blow Up.
I will, yeah. So I got a call at like 4 o'clock today. He goes, hey, do you remember when you got me tickets for Lollapalooza like years and years ago?
Wow.
And I said, yeah, because you wanted to see Nick Cave. And he goes, yeah. He goes, I owed you one. I got you tickets to Cleese and the meet and greet. So,
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Nice.
So I'm going to do that, but it sucks because you won't sign anything and there's no photography. But that's totally fine.
It's okay.
You know.
You
Get-
told
I'm gonna have
us,
to
so
look
we're
at
good.
Yeah, and,
But it
and get some
doesn't
sin
say-
cells so we can
Rox?
clone them.
Rox, it
Yes.
doesn't say I can't ask for a sketch for the zine.
No, it does not.
I'm gonna fucking do it.
All
Do
right.
it.
I'm gonna ask him. What's he gonna do? Say no? And if he says no, John Cleese said no to me. So, but I'm expecting it to be interesting because the crowd of people that buy tickets to this type of thing are not the kind of people that would normally go see John Cleese. So this is going to be very interesting because he played Chicago a couple nights ago and there were people walking out. So
What?
What?
well, he is a little vocal about certain things.
Oh,
Gotcha.
gotcha.
Were they
Yes.
wearing red hats?
I don't. Hey, don't.
Well,
don't
you know,
twist the
we had that same thing here. Sonia and I went to go see Amy Schumer, and this is before the election, and she had a fair amount of. It's in Tampa, Florida.
yeah,
So she had a fair amount of people walking out of the building.
yeah, and there were people walking out of American in Person the other night. So whatever. But anyway, so that is the whole thing with John Cleese, and I never would have been able to get tickets, and I don't care if I'm sitting in the back. I don't know what I'm just gonna go and pick up my thing, and we're good.
Oh yeah,
So-
absolutely.
Well, even if you're sitting in the back, you're going to the meet and greet. So
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's basically
Yeah.
I don't even know if you can make contact. So, that's okay.
You should have
So
brought
now-
Rock. She would have gotten contact.
Yeah.
I don't have an extra ticket. I have just one ticket. So,
Hmm.
Oh, she would have gotten in.
well, I would have smuggled it in
Allegedly.
my luggage. So, Rox just would have said she owned the building. She would have
Yeah.
she would have dressed like Corilla Deville and walked into the building.
Which is how I dress anyway. But yeah.
Exactly. So, but anyway, this now means that with the exception of 2, I will have met all the pythons.
Nice.
Wow.
So, they are. One I will never get to. So, but that's okay. That's all right.
Well, did you meet Neil Innes when he was at Dragon Con?
I met Neil Innes when he did a show with Eric Idle. So I'd met him before the Dragon Con.
Nice. So you've got kind of a bonus Python.
That's true. So although I've met members of the Anglican Church than I have more times than I've met Terry Gilliam, but that's okay. That'll happen. So it'll work out. He'll come
So
in.
what time is that show?
I have about 10 minutes. So
Let me ask you this, because
There's a bunch of stuff before, they do before, like, oh, give us money, and then the chairmen of colleges and all that speak. And right now, I don't really want to hear anyone speaking because everything anyone says is just going to piss me off. So I don't really want to hear, oh, thank you, our university does this and that. Yeah, well, no, what? No. So and it's weird because it's a theological university, and I don't think John Cleese is very big on religion, which is also weird.
yeah.
So,
Hmm.
so who knows?
Well, it's depending upon what kind of theological university it is. There's a lot of times where they teach
Yeah.
basically across the spectrum, right? So they do.
They're
teach,
not crazy.
teach agnostic and atheist beliefs as well, or at least
In other words,
they-
they're not crazy.
right.
Yeah.
So in
that's
some
true.
cases, and there are a
That's
few,
true.
they are a
That's
little
true.
more open-minded than
Yeah.
Oral Roberts, if you will.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this.
The only time
But
I find Earl disgusting.
the other great thing though is that
Nice.
it's at Powell Hall, which is our symphony hall. So the acoustics will be great, but it literally is a half block from, like, our NPR station and the radio station I work at are like on the same block. So I literally can just leave all my crap at the radio station and walk over, or like, because I'm hanging out there now, and just literally walk over, and it's like, oh, okay, boom, done. So I don't have to mess with the parking. I don't have to know. So this is it's at the same place where we were when Janet and I met Garrison Keillor. And Garrison Keillor got all weird talking to my wife, but that's okay.
So Garrison Keeler was Garrison Keeler, is what you're saying?
Yeah, he's like, you have beautiful Scandinavian skin, and I'm like, hey,
Oh, wait, what? Wait. Yeah, that's.
I would like a lampshade of it.
oh,
Do you think it would fit me?
Did he offer her any lotion?
no.
Perhaps to the basket?
Are you
But
about a size 14?
I was having more fun at that night talking to the guy who does all of his sound effects, thinking this guy should go out with rocks because he knew everything, and he collected encyclopedias. So
Wow.
wait, from the 19th century.
You know what? I've got 4
Oh.
volumes myself.
Of course you do.
I do.
Isn't that the only place they exist anymore? Is the 19th century?
Yeah. So yeah, I have to go in a second, but I just wanted to say hey because I hadn't talked to anybody in a while. So
Well, hey, have a great fucking time. Tell,
Awesome
I
time.
kind of need it, so it'll be good.
tell
Uh,
Cleese we said hi.
Yeah. Yeah, do that. Say Rock says hi and see what
Yeah,
happens.
says Rock says hi.
I
Oh,
have I have 2 things for him. I've got like this little notebook. I'm gonna try to get him to do a sketch in, and I'm gonna give him a zine just because.
Because it's a zine.
And he'll say, "I don't really want this." And I'll say, "Too damn bad." Palin wanted one.
Palin's got one?
No, but
He doesn't have to
know
know that. Just rocks.
All right. Yeah, okay. All right. Okay.
yeah. Which all I'm gonna say is, I think I told Widge this. The stuff of this week. Oh my God, we could fill like 15 zines. The next 4 years are going to be so ripe with great punk music and fanzines. It's going to be awesome.
Oh, you know what? I'm heading up our I'm helping out with the zine section of our book festival.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
I still have to send you some. I have zines I still have to send you.
Oh, would you send some? Because
There's a bunch of them. I'm backlogged on reading them, so I didn't want to send them to you until I read them, but I
That's all right.
And yeah. So
I get
Oh,
them put into the library. Too.
the other exciting thing is I do not have a date yet, but my friend who went to Antarctica with our fanzine is going to do a wind experiment at wait for it North
North
So,
what?
North
the
what?
North Pole
No way! That's so cool.
up in the Arctic Circle.
Nice.
So we could conceivably have a bipolar zine.
What a bipolar scene.
Thank
So
Wait. The zine already wasn't bipolar? It seemed like it was.
No, we're all John. Again, we are all fine. It's everyone else who's crazy.
yes.
Oh, it was schizophrenic, not bipolar. Okay.
John, it's okay. You live in Orlando.
I live in Tampa.
Ugh, even worse.
Same
Same thing.
difference.
Hey, my
Well-
county went blue.
It's all.
I
yeah.
I live around sane people.
You know, I can't really. Yeah, I can't beat you there.
Hey, but you can love the fact that the Rams move out to LA, and then you know what? Oh, we're gonna have some competition in the city now too.
Well, the great thing about the Rams moving to LA is that one, all the Rams stuff is already on sale at the LA airport, and the Chargers have always had a fan base in LA because San Diego was so close. They like have
Right.
a bus, the people from San Diego, from LA to San Diego, whatever. So before they even moved there, they've already sold more tickets for next year, and they moved into a stadium that seats, I think, 30,000 people. So even if they sell 15,000 tickets, it's gonna look full. You know, it'll be like real full, not like fake.
Oh,
You know,
Faco
alternative
Full,
full.
like here in Jacksonville. Yeah.
Well, it won't be like alternative full. It'll be like.
oh, I know this is not one's favorite topic, but I sort of love it. Did you see the thing with the was it the Dallas Stars?
Yes,
I think
that was
the
great.
Dallas Stars. They announced the attendance at 1.5 million.
Oh
That was
my
pretty
Oh,
great.
it was 1.5 million.
It's like,
That's awesome.
it only seats 20,000. But in our world, yeah, the place was it was huge.
That means
That is-
everyone's gonna. All right. Let's just start saying with our 20 million listeners out there for needcoffee.com, since we're gonna.
Yeah, prove us
numbers.
wrong.
Absolutely.
Prove
Now-
us wrong.
Now here's the thing. There is. I just posted it to Facebook and Twitter. Someone has set up a Twitter account for a half an onion in a Ziploc bag,
Yeah.
and it said, "What do you think would happen if this half an onion in a Ziploc bag got more followers than Donald Trump?"
Wow.
And-
And
And they're working on it, and I fully endorse this because I think it would just be hilarious.
Well,
yes.
it also again, posting things like that along with this podcast is the reason why we won the Parsec.
Yes. Oh my
That's
God. Yes.
definitely
5 years
fair.
running.
Congratulations,
running.
everybody.
Yeah.
I mean,
We finally did it.
we won.
What do
the
you mean
Parsec.
finally? We've
What do you
done-
act?
Well, I mean,
Why-
we
why
finally
we're
did it
running?
a fifth time, is what she meant.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Finally
fair.
got to 5.
Yeah.
Finally got to
nobody-
5.
You know, and
Exactly.
it did. Yeah,
And-
and the part of the reason why we don't have a third issue of Derelict out is because we were all too busy celebrating our Parsec win.
Absolutely. Well, wait a minute. We do have a third issue of Derelict out. It's been out.
Well, it's a
Oh,
third,
that's right.
the third season of Derelict, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
we've gone through 30 issue seasons.
It's
Absolutely.
the director's edition.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and it's annotated.
By Alan.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh God.
I especially like the Alan Moore ongoing column in it. It's my favorite
And
part.
by that he means literally. There is a column.
Well, yeah.
The
the
picture
thing is,
column.
don't forget, he's in dispute with David Lloyd. Right, Rob?
He was. I don't know if that's over with yet. but
I know. I've got it. I've got
Oh, I know.
mail about that.
Now, what would be interesting is if somehow we could put Anthony Bourdain and Alan Moore on like a car trip across the country and film it,
Well, we can now because we've got 20
With the
million listeners
and the Parsec. Yeah, you're right.
and the Parsec. So we can do this.
Rox, did I send you the article on the frozen? I have to go to Arizona in a couple weeks to see my sister, and I'm gonna try to go to the cryogenic place.
All right.
I'm just gonna walk in and see what happens because I really have nothing better to do. It's Arizona.
I would go.
If Futurama taught me nothing, if you go in delivering a pizza, you will wake up.
But no,
yeah.
like the
200
first guy
years
that
in
got
the future.
well, the guy that first got frozen in like the 60s or whatever, they finally they moved him to a different tank and they unzipped him to look at him. There's a
Yeah.
whole thing on it. It was fascinating. I'm like, I'm gonna go to that. Just like, hey, I'd like to freeze myself. Can I have a brochure?
I like it.
Yeah.
Say, my name is Scott Campbell. Can I have a brochure?
Nice.
Mhm.
Yeah. Sorry, Scott.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
Just a little.
It's Trump's America. You never say you're sorry.
I still do
He does.
because it's
I've
polite.
heard it.
It's
That's
polite.
the right thing to do.
See, my thing now is now that the rest of the country is leaning grumpy, I'm gonna lean nice.
Nice.
Oh my God, the world's gonna implode now.
Like, hello, would you like me to hold the door for you? You have a lovely. It'll be like going to Walmart all the time.
Yep.
Oh, well, that sounds like hell.
Weirdly, at Walmart, he's going to slam the door on people.
That would be great. Oh, I mean, that would be horrible. Damn you, John. So, all right.
Have fun.
I will. All I'm going to say is Arrival should have gotten more Oscar nominations. That's all I'm going to say.
I know. I
I still
know.
haven't seen it. I'm bad.
Yeah, I still haven't seen it either.
You're a bad person as well.
Really?
I-
How
well-
is you didn't see it?
This is known.
Just
John.
call-
This is
Just
known.
call Kim. She'll go with you. Jeremy Renner's in it. She'll sit through anything.
Yeah,
like
she'll
that.
sit through it again and yes, it's good. It's really good.
You might want to not sit right next to her, though.
Okay.
Don't know.
That's true.
Don't know how excited she gets.
No,
Oh, that's true. That's true.
The high pitched squeal might,
Who-
You-
well,
you
he's got
need
the
some
he's got
both
the eardrum.
both Walsington
Yeah.
headphones in.
Dun dun.
Dun, ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. So, John, is your kids watching Lemony Snicket?
Oh my god, it is such an awesome show.
Yay.
Yeah, we just finished episode 3 last night.
Okay.
Yeah, have you watched it?
I have. I've got I started episode 3, so I've got through the first 2, and it is amazing. It's it's a serial version of a Wes Anderson film.
Wow.
The sets are incredible. Patrick Warburton plays Lemony Snicket. He's the narrator,
yeah.
and he pops up in all, he's on set, and it's really cool. The scenery is amazing. The acting is really good. Joan Cusack's in it.
It's a Barry Sonnenfeld joint, and so it's very much like well, you hit it on the head with the Wes Anderson, but it also Pushing Daisies,
Yeah.
a lot of the same sensibilities.
Mhm.
Sort of magical reality type thing.
Well, I mean, it's
Break it up,
basic.
Scott.
It's you finally had it with him. You breaking up with him?
No. Oy.
Yeah, it does. It's based on the books, and the books were sort of out there to begin with. But yeah, it's got a nice, just weirdness to it. And Neil Patrick Harris is just freaking amazing.
Yes.
He's hilarious and talented. He sings the opening song. The what do you call that? Opening song, I guess.
The theme song.
The theme is, but it changes. Did you notice that?
It does. Yes, it does. It changes because the first 2 episodes deals with the terrible beginning or whatever, and then it's now the reptile room. So that's like book 3 or book 2.
Book
so
2, yeah.
So how many seasons is this supposed to go?
Well, it's 8 episodes right now. There are, I don't know, like 12 books.
there's 12. Yeah, there's 12 books.
Is it 12?
Or 13. No, there's 13, I think.
Lemony. Yeah. There's a Lemony Snicket books. There we go. How many are there? Then there's the unauthorized. A series of 13, children's books. So they basically take. It looks like they're taking 2 episodes to do 1 book. Oh, by the way, interestingly, Barry Sonnenfeld's the one who did the movie version of it with Jim Carrey, which wasn't bad, but it tried to stuff too much into an hour and a half.
Wasn't it like the first 3 books or something?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
it had Meryl Streep in it.
But this one is because I guess it has just basically because it has time. It's much better. It's closer to the book, so it's still not really following the books 100%. But I've only read through. I guess Miserable Mill, penultimate. I only read the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 books. But it's got more time to breathe and more time to sort of be faithful and allow its weirdness to just sort of come through. Yeah. Interestingly, the Lemony Snicket, the guy who wrote Lemony Snicket, he wrote it as Lemony Snicket, but Daniel Handler.
Yes.
Yes.
He was. My friend was telling me he was listening to Wait, Don't Tell Me, and he was on there, and he said how he got the name was that he was doing this research on on like an ultra conservative faction or something or other, and they wanted to send him some materials, and so they asked him what his name was, and he didn't want them to know what his real name was, so he said Lemony Snicket, and it just came out of nowhere according to him, and and they said, wait, what did you say? Lemony Snicket, and then they go, is it spelled how it sounds? So,
Yes.
Yes.
Nice.
sure. Because he's also, he writes he had written other stuff prior to this too, but it was, what do you call it? It's a very, very well done show, and every time that Neil Patrick Harris comes on there, because and the best part is he gets to play different characters too.
Yes.
I mean, he's still playing Count Olaf, but Count Olaf is an actor who's playing other parts.
Right.
So, he gets to be in those.
Oh, yeah. One of my favorite characters, even though it was the Jim Carrey, was Captain Sham.
Yeah.
Captain Sham. And there's always like this theme. They'll keep like the first one is demise, and that means you died. Anyway, I love the way they explain. They'll come up with they'll give vocabulary words. It's awesome show. So,
And they always continually try to tell you to just turn this off. This is awful. I don't know why you're watching this.
turn away.
You're a horrible person.
Away. Just turn away.
Yeah, part of the reason I haven't caught up on anything else is because I had to binge watch Westworld.
I haven't done that. I haven't watched that yet.
It's really good.
Is
Did you get to the end, Widge?
Yes.
Oh, wasn't it great?
Oh, it's really good.
And she said on Twitter, like immediately afterwards, I forgot what her name is, the lead actress. She said, "Now turn around, go back, watch it again with this new information." And I've yet to do that, but I really want to.
Oh my gosh! Really?
Yeah, you can totally do that.
Wow!
Yeah, it's good. It's very good. The cast is amazing. This is probably Ed Harris's best role in years, and it's not like he's had bad roles. You know what I'm saying? It's just he is just so
Ed Harris.
Yeah, it's the most Ed Harris of Ed Harris, and I mean everyone's good at it. Anthony Hopkins is really good. Jimmy Simpson, who I've liked since Breakout Kings, he's great. Everyone's great in it. Thandie Newton's excellent. It's just so good. It's really good. And they've said they know they have like 5 seasons worth of story or something. I'm like,
wow!
Holy shit!
So they've already planned ahead.
They have planned ahead. You're still breaking up, Scott.
You might. It sounds like your cord is a little loose there. You might want to play with it a little bit.
That's what she said.
You might want to pull it out and put it back in again repeatedly.
How's that sound?
A little better.
A little better.
You gotta say something more than how's that sound?
How does that sound better?
Oh, never mind.
No, yeah, no.
Whoa!
Make sure that you don't have anything else running too, maybe on your PC in the background, like doing an update or something.
But yeah, so Rox, what I'll tell you is, when
it's definitely up Rox's aisle. I mean, it's.
Oh no, it's
got
I'm
Rox
just warning her.
printed right on top of it.
I'm just.
Right.
In fact, I emailed Wolven. I said this is practically monogrammed for you.
Oh my gosh! Really?
But Rox,
Yeah.
Rox, I'm just warning you. Be ready when you start. The further in you go, you're gonna be like, oh shit! I have to watch the next one. What the fuck happens now?
All right.
I'm just warning. I'm just warning you.
I know.
There was like maybe the one whatever the penultimate of the penultimate episode and the one prior to that were a little, in hindsight, make a hell of a lot more sense. But during the watch, it was like, oh, this is dragging it a little bit. But you know, in hindsight, it makes a hell of a lot more sense. But
Yeah. The entire fucking thing makes a lot more sense.
Wow.
well, does it win or does it go? Do you go? Wait a minute.
No, actually, to be perfectly honest, in hindsight, I get it completely, and I see what they were doing to keep you from getting it completely.
Really?
Until I see it's really well executed what they did to. And Brian was telling me that some critics were just like, "Oh, well, they just made this twisty to be twisty." I'm like, "No, they didn't."
How do you do that? How would you possibly be?
But no, I mean, I understand the critique if you're like, this is just odd to be. This is just basically, trying to keep the audience guessing, not for any purpose. It's like there's no plot. There's just a series of what the fuck is this about? What the fuck is this about?
Right.
But I'm like, no, this, everything served a purpose, and you might not know what it means going forward, but like you said, you get to the end of it and you go, oh shit. That's what that is.
There was a funny bit where they're going on the last episode. I'm not going to spoil anything, but when they're going through the, that one building, and they look over and there's
all right. So
those other things, and they go, the guy just the one woman goes, "It's a long story."
All right.
Yes.
So is this a J.J. Abrams thing?
Yes.
Yes.
And a Nolan thing? I'm just looking
Yes.
at this art. Holy shit, you're kidding me.
Nope.
It's JJ produced, Nolan
Because-
executed it, basically.
All right, so
Like Nolan was a showrunner.
all right, all I did was read the first paragraph from Vanity Fair. Hold
it's
on.
Jonathan Nolan too, not.
Well, Jonathan Nolan did The Prestige.
Well,
which
yeah,
is
and he
one
also-
of my favorites.
He also did.
Christopher Nolan was The Prestige, right?
Yes,
But
I
this
think
is
you're
his
right.
brother.
Really?
but
Yeah.
his brother's
Well-
writing partner too.
Oh no, yeah.
Batman and everything else. But what do you call it in
Inception.
Inception? I don't want to say Insomnia. But Jonathan Nolan did Person of Interest. Person of Interest.
Yeah.
It's really well executed as well.
It'd be interesting to get
Oh. Yeah, you're very broken, Scott, and I don't mean personally. Have you got another? What headset are you on?
my regular stuff, so I don't know.
Are you on Wi-Fi?
No, I'm wired. Hold on, let me have a
Try
couple
switching
of-
back to your room mic. It was actually better. So at least.
Hold on, let me cancel a couple of things. Hold on.
You sound like you're trying to be T-Pain and failing.
Wow. So okay, that's on my list now because I'm just all right. So there was this really cool show on Netflix, Hulu, Shut Eye.
Yeah.
It had the guy from Burn Notice,
Okay.
and he plays a fake psychic, and it takes place in LA, and it's all about gypsies.
Oh wow.
Isabella Rossellini plays so it's a patriarchal society, but she's got a lot of pull. So she plays the grandmother of the Roma. So all of the psychic parlors are pretty much under this Roma mafia. And at one point, the guy from Burn Notice gets clunked on the head, and all of a sudden, he's getting visions and stuff. And I will tell, it is a good series for anybody that wants to know about. I'm sure a lot of it's fabricated, but about the Roma and stuff, it is really cool. At one point, you think, oh my God, it's a family, so it's the husband and wife. Then there's a lot of scams going on. There's con artists and the Italian mafia are in it. It's good. because it's like just when you think that they're going to get a break, they get screwed somewhere. It's just like, wow. So that's called Shut Eye. And it's on Hulu, and it's got that, Hollywood, LA look, with the sun just constantly bright and everything. And the acting is really good, and it's Isabella Rossellini's in it, and she's just she could be the Maggie Smith version in the Roma. It's like the queen of the gypsies there. So there you go. Shut Eye. So I kept forgetting to bring that up, and I've been binge watching Man in the High Castle because I have Amazon Prime now by kind of mistake. So now I have it for a year, so I'm going to take advantage of it. So I did see season 1. Do they do season, or do they do series like the Brits, or is it just season?
Season.
Okay. So yes, I saw season 1 of Man in the High Castle. Really enjoyed that. Based on Philip K. Dick's book. It's an alternate history. Japan and the Nazis won World War II, and it's a very different world. Nazis in America. So it's interesting. It's now
Is it
seeming
really
more
that different
prevalent.
anymore?
I know. Well, we don't have papers to cross the street yet, so this is season 2. It's very diverse cast because you have Japanese actors, black actors. It's a very scary world in that. Very dystopian, like the dystopian future that we have. We all need to start dressing like Jodie Foster in one of her films, I'm sure.
Nice.
So, those are the things I've been watching. I haven't seen any movies. Has anyone?
Not really. There's really anything.
Oh, Scott.
Hold on.
I can't even understand you, dude.
The-
I mean,
the-
less
the
than
last-
usual.
The last movie. This is audio wise, right? You can't understand them. The last movie I saw was Moana, which I think we talked about in the last episode.
So,
really good.
okay, so in that, the guy that wrote Hamilton wrote a song, and he
He wrote all of the songs.
all the songs. So he's up for an Oscar apparently. So he might get a
How Far You'll Go, I imagine it probably was.
clean
How Far I'll Go.
sweep
And
because he
ERGOT.
got a Tony
You can get an EGOT.
Golden
ERGOT.
Globe
He
ish.
got ERGOT.
ERGOT? He's getting an ERGOT? An EGOT?
Oh, well, ergot poisoning they believe happened during colonial times.
Nice.
We got to give value to our 20 million listeners.
Well, this is true.
Must we?
Yes, Scott. Do. Take to the street our 20 million listeners.
All right, what's
That's
the...
That's our rhyme. Take it to the streets,
Take it to-
biatch.
Yes, indeed.
Dear God. All right, hold on.
What are you doing?
Los Angeles Times, you suck. Your
What?
website is horrible.
Oh,
I was just looking up the Oscars. I just learned today, but by going on Amazon, because I do every day at needcoffee.com/Amazon, and that Manchester by the Sea was an actually Amazon studio film.
Oh, wow. All right, so your nominees. I see these now.
I hadn't
So
looked at this, but Hacksaw Ridge actually got a Best Picture nod.
yeah,
and best director.
Oh, my grandmother
Yep.
has said they've forgiven Mel Gibson.
I don't think they've forgiven him, but really, I think I mentioned this before. That film is really powerful and really well done. And the worst part about that film is the very first credit you see at the end of the film, which is a film by Mel Gibson or directed by Mel Gibson.
Oh wow.
Other than that, it is, and again, I guess most directors are batshit crazy anyway, so it might suit him to do that. But it's a really, really well done film. But anyway, yeah, go through the list there.
I am. So looks like The Arrival again. Anything sci-fi they won't give us. So La La
Well, I got
Land.
the Best Picture nod.
I know, but as even the Christopher Lee has even said, he's like, when Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring, out of that series, the first film is the best film.
Yes.
And I said that all, yes, as we said. So he's like, yeah, sci-fi will never get, an Oscar or whatever. They had to wait. So anyway, La La Land, I did not see that. The Arrival, I did see that.
My grandmother saw La La Land, and
Yeah.
she hated it.
All right. Well,
Oh, really?
singing, dancing.
Oh, and Scott, I don't know what you did, but you sound great now.
Okay, good.
yeah.
Okay.
He-
Now,
Heller-
the
go ahead.
thing is with my grandmother, she actually grew up when they actually did Hollywood musicals, and according to her, this was a pale imitation.
Oh. All right.
And she doesn't think Emma Stone can sing.
Okay.
Well, for God's sake, don't let her watch Everyone Says I Love You.
All right. So Hell or High Water. Did not see that.
Although I want
That's
to.
supposed to be
because of the
really good, yeah.
cast. Yeah.
Right.
Well, obviously, it's supposed to be really good. It's in the Best Picture. nod.
Yes.
That is not a guarantee.
Yeah.
That is
Alright.
not a guarantee.
Hidden Figures. It's
I wanna
about
see that.
the women, the African American women on the science NASA. Moonlight. I know people that have seen that, and it's a very difficult film to watch. It's powerful, and I know people that go to films because hey, we got to go because there's buzz about it, and there's a lot of people. It's a very uncomfortable film to watch, apparently. You talked about Hacksaw Ridge, Manchester by the Sea. I too heard people that are like, yes, very powerful, but it's not like a happy-go-lucky kind of film. Fences. So Fences is a movie version of the play.
Yes.
So, that's cool. I think James Earl Jones. There was he played it on Broadway, right? James.
Yeah.
I think that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So into the best actor, Andrew Garfield.
Is that for Silence or?
Andrew Garfield's for Hacksaw Ridge.
Oh,
Hacksaw
right.
Ridge.
Oh, that's right. Silence comes out this year. Never mind.
And Ryan Gosling, Denzel Washington.
For just being dreamy, really. Ryan Gosling just
Yeah,
gets
well, yeah, he does.
for brooding. He gets it for brooding.
No, it's that. No, smoldering.
Smoldering. Oh, yeah.
Smoldering.
He's
He
smoldering,
gets,
not
he
burning.
is. Yeah. All he does is have to do is squinch his eyes, and he
Take off
just-
a shirt.
or
He actually is a really good actor.
he is.
But-
Casey Affleck. Casey.
Manchester by the Sea.
Yes. Viggo Mortensen.
Fucking Vigo.
I know, and he's a
Captain.
poet, and he speaks, I don't know, 30 languages or something.
Yeah.
Now on to best female. We have Emma Stone
Mm-hmm.
and Isabel Hubert. What is she in? What is this in? What is she doing? What is her? Google does a really crappy job on this. Ruth Negga,
Oh, for Loving?
I think so. Yes.
Yeah, that's
yes.
for living.
Meryl Streep. For what? Forever?
For just being
No,
Meryl
I mean
Streep.
for she's.
They're
usually
gonna-
say best
Actually,
face for her.
That was for Florence Foster Jenkins, the
Oh,
movie
is it?
about her
You know what? I saw that. I wasn't really. I mean, I have Florence Jenkins Foster's music. I do. I wasn't.
Listen, hear this. This is the sound of my surprise.
Yeah.
So that was it. That was the sound.
Oh,
of my surprise.
they're gonna. You know. Okay.
But you have
okay.
Florence.
Listen, I know, but here's the thing. We're now in our dystopian future. Okay. They're gonna give it to her.
Why can't I?
Just
find
so
this-
she can go. Just so she can give a speech.
Well, that's true too.
They are gonna give it.
Oh, I would do it. Absolutely.
That's they're all gonna be yeah, just give it to her. Let's see what happens. Natalie Portman for something. What is she doing? What is it? Jackie. Did not see that. That was
I mean, seriously, shouldn't the president of the United States have a thicker skin?
yes.
Not a rubbery one.
Yeah. Yeah, he should. What is your point? What is your
Finally
point?
found this goddamn clip.
I think Vigo is fantastic.
There we go.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
best
whatever.
director Mel Gibson. Okay, they should give it to him just to see what he says too, but maybe
Oh
not.
God.
No. No.
Okay, all right, never mind. Barry Jenkins
They already elected him to president. What? Go on.
for Moonlight. Okay, and is he the first African American director? Yeah, yeah,
To be nominated?
for Domination. Yeah.
No, like Lee's been up, right?
Oh, okay. Has he? Okay.
I think
All
so.
right.
Yes, he has to have been at least for Do the Right Thing.
All right.
Yeah.
Kenneth Lonergan for Manchester by
Manchester
the
by the
Sea.
Yeah.
Dennis Villeneuve for
Arrival.
Arrival. Okay, please give it to us. Give this to us. It's our dystopian future. Let's see. Damien Chazelle.
For La La Land.
La 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 Land. Michael Shannon for Best Supporting Actor. And that's for Nocturnal Animals. They said that's good. It's Michael Shannon. They
Jeff
should-
Bridges for Hell or High Water.
yeah.
Right.
Let's see.
Again, one of the reasons why you want to see that film.
Yes. Mahershala Ali.
Yes.
Okay.
What is he in?
Moonlight.
Okay.
Oh, he's good. Oh my God, he's really good. Yeah.
Yes, he is.
Yes. Jeff Bridges, as we said. Dev Patel
Mm-hmm.
for Lion. Lucas Hedges for Manchester by the Sea. Best Actress Naomi Harris for
Who? For Moonlight.
Moonlight. Okay, thank you. Moving Michelle Williams.
For
Manchester by the Sea. Viola Davis. She's amazing anyway.
Yes.
Octavia Spencer also. Oh my God. So
Hidden Figures.
all three from that film, right? So Octavia, Viola Davis.
No. Viola Davis is for Fences.
Oh, is she? Okay.
Yeah.
Octavia Spencer is for Hidden Figures.
Oh my God. I want to see Fences because I will tell you in the trailer. Now, what have I told you about Patrick Swayze and what was that? Red Dawn. This is how good of an actor he was. He blew out a huge snot bubble. There's a scene in the trailer.
Oh
Oh my
remember
God.
this.
She has this snot bubble. Like, I'm like, oh, give it to her. Give her an Oscar. I haven't even seen the film. Just give it to her because she's got that big snot bubble. Yeah. All right. Moving along. Nicole Kidman is up for something. I'm really good at this.
Hold on. Nicole Kidman for Lion.
Lion.
That's
okay.
the story of the true story of the Indian boy who got lost
that's
on the train,
right.
and then she
Okay.
adopted him and helped him find his real parents. I think.
Okay. Best
Maybe spoiler.
Okay. Best foreign film, Land of Mine.
Best foreign film. Is that what you're going to now?
Burn. I am. It's German.
Who's
Group of German POWs. What? What?
No, go on.
What's wrong?
It's from Denmark. Land of Mine is from Denmark.
I know, but it's about a group
Oh.
of German POWs.
All right.
This is from Google. Blame Google, our dystopian future. Tana. It's
Australia.
set in a remote Pacific island. Let's see. Tony Erdmann, called Tony. That is German Austrian comedy drama. Let's see. A Man Called Ove. I saw enough trailers of that. I didn't see it, but it's funny-ish. A dramedy. It's from the best-selling book by Frederick Bachman, The Salesman. Turned sour. Arthur Miller's. I don't know where. Iranian French drama. Okay, now we're into the best animated. We have Manoa. Was that any good?
Moana.
Moana.
And yes, it was very good.
Okay. All right.
It goes down in history, and I say this a little quietly because I know that if she hears me, she'll get pissed. It goes down in history as being the first film where I have actually heard my daughter say she cried.
Oh. Okay.
She's stoic and emotionless, but Moana made her cry.
Okay. Zootopia. Was that any good?
Yes,
You
very
got
good.
kids. Okay.
It's very good.
My Life as a Courgette.
As a zucchini.
Whatever. Really?
That's what it says here. I haven't seen it, and nor have I seen the Red Turtle.
It's French Swiss stop motion Red Turtle. The Red Turtle.
And then Kubo and the Two Strings.
Oh my God, that looked freaking amazing.
It is amazing. What's interesting is, was there a Pixar release this year?
It looked
no.
This was really cool because it's all paper, whatever.
Yeah, well, Kubo and the Two Strings is from the same folks who brought you the Box Trolls and Korra and
Coraline, you mean?
Coraline, sorry.
Oh wow.
And it is amazing. The story's amazing. But I'm trying to think, was there a Pixar film this year?
I don't know. Oh, meaning that this might be the first. Let's see. Let's take a look then.
Yeah, I'm trying to pull up to see, and of course, everything's very slow right now for some reason.
Our 2016.
Finding Dory.
So that went.
And it didn't make it this year. Wow.
Wow.
That's a little surprising because it wasn't like that movie was awful. It was actually very sweet and well, very much like Finding
Nemo.
That's interesting that didn't make the cut. But My Life as a Zucchini did, and so did The Red Turtle, which, of course, are probably perfectly fine films that I've never seen. But I'm from America, so
America.
if it went in the theater, I didn't see it. Now, if I was to bet, the one that, God, it's so tough. Moana probably shouldn't win here.
Okay.
It should probably win in the musical category, which it probably will. Its toughest competition, I think, is Justin Timberlake. So, I mean, but between Kubo and the Two Strings and Zootopia, I think from a technological standpoint, Kubo and the Two Strings is a better film. From an entertainment standpoint, Zootopia is probably more entertaining. God, man, that's a I don't. If I was a voter, I wouldn't know how.
So Timberlake, skipping ahead to the music song thing. So Timberlake is a step closer as well to Emmy, Golden Globe, and EGOT as well. Wow.
Yeah, I was just reading that Lin-Manuel could wind up being, if he wins the Oscar, the youngest person to achieve ERGOT ever.
Wow.
Is it ERGOT or EGOT?
ERGOT, because it's
what's the R?
Hang on.
I know it's Emmy.
No, EGOT. You're right. Why did I say ERGOT?
Because it's ergot poisoning.
Well, I've got it obviously.
It's Emmy, Tony. Well, what's a G? Grammy.
Grammy.
And Oscar. What did he get an Emmy for?
Well, what about Golden Globe?
He's one
Doesn't
step
that
closer.
count?
He didn't get an Emmy yet, right?
Oh.
Well, he would be short, correct?
No,
it says one step closer.
Yeah, hang on.
In Esquire.
Hang on, let me see. Well, if these things.
Oh my God! Actually, it's so funny. Esquire says his Oscar-nominated "Can't Stop the Feeling" was one of the worst songs of 2016.
I don't know. I like it every time I hear it. It's a fun song, and in the fact that it was in the film The Trolls, which apparently was a very entertaining film.
My God, Iggy Pop should have gotten something for excellent in gold. True Detective.
Okay, so awards. Yeah, Emmy. Oh, Emmy Award for Outstanding Original Music and Lyrics for the 67th Tony Awards. What do you do there?
Wait, that's not fair.
Hang on.
That can't.
No. Here you go. The opening number. He co-wrote the opening number that Neil Patrick Harris did. This was in 2013, and that won the Emmy.
He won an Emmy for the Tonys, and then won a Tony for. That's cheating.
Let's see. Yeah, what else was up that year? Let's see. For 2013.
So he won a Tony Award, obviously.
That's
and he won a Tony Award back in 2008. So it's not like.
Yeah. So
it wasn't even it wasn't even Hamilton. It was In the Heights.
Yeah. Right. Also nominated were A Christmas Carol, the concert. No idea. A song from Key and Peele, Les Mis. A song from Saturday Night Live. Sophia. Oh, it's a Disney Channel. Sophia the First, The Floating Palace is the name of the show. No idea. Mm-hmm. And there is a song from Sons of Anarchy.
Huh.
So that's what he was up against.
Oh. He did Bring It On the musical and won a Tony Award for that. He also won a Daytime Emmy Award for Sesame Street.
Oh, wait, I thought he was just nominated.
No.
Hang on.
It says award. I don't know. Well, actually, does. Oh, you're right. It says nominated. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. I was just like,
my apologies.
No, I was like, wow, is he even cooler than I thought before? But
it was nominated for Sesame Street, for crying out loud.
Oh yeah, I know. Well, that's and by the way, speaking of Lin-Manuel,
rhymes with Mando. That's the name of the song that he wrote.
Nice. He was on a recent episode of Drunk History where he told his drunk version of Hamilton, which was actually pretty fantastic.
Where are you catching Drunk History? Is that on the Comedy Central?
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of those.
I've tried it a couple of times, so I forget. I always forget where it was.
Yeah, that's actually pretty fucking funny.
So
So,
So really, all he is really missing is this Academy Award.
yeah. Which, based on how many awards he's been snagging, probably not too long in coming.
Right. He did not win at the Golden Globes, though. So, but then again, different competition too. So,
Right.
who's he up against? The original song is City of Stars, La La Land. La La Land has two. Ooh, interesting. That could split the.
Oh, are they up
Split the
for two
vote.
songs?
Yeah, they got City of Stars
Ooh.
and Audition, The Fools Who Dream.
let's
So
see
How
here.
Far I'll Go and Can't Stop the Feeling, and then The Empty Chair by Jim's, a James Foley story, which I'm not sure what that is.
Let's see.
It's a story about a guy who does nothing but Foley work.
Well, let's see. Denzel Washington's up for Best Actor, and based on what I've seen of Fences, I think he's the guy to beat. The only thing I could see is, did you say that Hacksaw Ridge was up for Best Picture?
Yes.
I can't see them giving it to Mel Gibson, but I can see them.
Oh, La La Land's winning that.
Yeah, but I was just saying, oh, they have. I thought we were back to 5 nominees. Now we've got 9.
Right. They are not back to 5 nominees.
Oh,
they have.
fuck.
It's optional.
So I could see. What I could see is
And yet Deadpool isn't on this list.
Yeah, fuck. So Denzel Washington would be the guy to beat, but, and again, if La La Land's going to win Best Picture, one of the things, unless you've got a huge fucking sweep going on, they like to spread the love.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe what they would do is, if La La Land has got to win Best Picture, they might give Best Actor to Andrew Garfield to acknowledge him and also the film.
They're really giving him if they did, they were giving him the award for his turn as Spider-Man, not for Hacksaw Ridge. There's just an oversight that they didn't give it to him for Spider-Man.
I thought he was a great Spider-Man.
Actually, he wasn't a bad Spider-Man. The film sucked, but he was a good.
I liked the first one. I enjoyed the first one.
It was okay. I will tell you, does not look nearly as good as the one coming out. But
No, but I think the thing that made it for me was Garfield, because they finally had a Peter Parker who bantered,
right,
and that is such an important part of his character.
The only problem was he wasn't teenager. He got that down, but then they didn't let him be teenager enough.
Oh no, I agree.
Which I think, the 5th time is a charm. I think we're at. What number are we at?
I have no
17?
fucking idea. No idea. So, but anyway, so that is a possibility. Where'd my list go? Oh, there it is. Nope, that's not it. This is it. Best Supporting Actor? Jesus. I don't know, because Michael Shannon's won, right?
Jesus isn't listed. I don't have him on my list, at least.
Yes. Don't you remember? Wasn't he drunk? What was he wanted to do an exception and his speech by saying, Satan gave this to me, or something like that, wasn't it? Wasn't there something?
I don't know, but it sounds fantastic.
Yeah, he was on Terry Gross or something, and it was just like, whoa, okay. It was just crazy.
Let's see, hang on. Yeah.
My only question was he angry in that film? He's almost always angry.
He's really good at being angry. Hang on. No, okay. He's been nominated 3 times, it looks like. So Revolutionary Road in 2009. And
Angry.
Nocturnal Animals. And what was the other one? I thought there was another one.
Well, I'm
Take Shelter.
let's see, on Vulture 9 hours ago, a few months
Okay,
ago.
no. Two nominations. I'm
He was
amazed.
nominated for Man of Steel, right?
No, but should have been. He was one of the best things of that film. I'm kind of amazed he wasn't nominated for the Iceman, which was great.
Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm thinking you either Michael Shannon could win because I have not seen the film, but he's fucking good in everything, so I can't imagine. And let's see, Dev Patel, who is great. He's been great in everything. He's nominated for Lion. He is what? He's only 26.
So
The
when-
Academy will be like, yeah, your nomination is your win.
So Revolutionary Road, he was up against Heath Ledger.
Yeah, that was, yeah.
Yes. So he was not drunk, he said.
So let's see. Where is it? Can I get to this? Where's the list of? Okay, hang on. Ceremonies. There we go. Okay, so Mahershala Ali, which he's great in everything. He was great in Luke Cage. By the way, had I finished Luke Cage by the time my last recording?
I don't know, but I haven't finished Luke Cage yet.
Oh, okay. Holy fuck, he's been
I
up for
got
everything for Moonlight.
I got sucked into the OA for a week, so
Oh,
or 2 weeks.
so yeah, he has won a fuck ton of critics awards for Moonlight. You know, I have to say, again, not having seen stuff, but just from a movie political thing, Michael Shannon's the one to beat in that.
What about
been
Jeff
nominated
Bridges?
twice. Jeff Bridges. Now, hasn't he won?
I do not know, but I think I know a way to find out.
Yeah, I'm looking right now. Jeff
Oh.
Bridges. Here is his. Why the fuck is this not here? Okay, hang on. No, wrong. Academy Award. Yes, he won for Crazy Heart, and he was nominated for not only Hell or High Water, but Last Picture Show, Thunderbolt and Lightfoot, Starman, The Contender, and True Grit.
Hmm.
He's fucking great in True Grit.
Yeah.
I do not know that
Well,
man.
Frankly, he's pretty much good in every single thing he's.
Yeah, Tron Legacy was not his fault.
Yeah, that was not. I need to go.
Oh, if you must.
I do. Okay, so
Recommendation. Yeah. What you got?
So, Still Life by Louise Penny. That's from our book club. It's the first of her series of the Three Pines. Interesting. You could set a British French style detective story in Canada, and you would forget you're in Canada, and you think you're in the Midlands in Great Britain. Very good story on that. So Louise Penny, apparently she's been writing forever now. So that's for that. I'm going to recommend, and I was telling John this earlier, and I just tested these out in the shower. These are waterproof. It's a waterproof iPod Shuffle that they inject, this company called Audio Flood. They inject the component with a gel that keeps water out of an iPod, so you can swim with it.
Or so she's told.
Or so I'm told. But I took a shower with it took a shower and I did not get electrocuted, and it's still working. Comes with okay headphones, but that's not the point. You're going underwater, so you're going to make noise and stuff like that by splashing. So Audio Flood, you can get them on Amazon, and if you get it by, you could get these. They're around 120. If you order with Amazon Prime, you get 2-day delivery, and then you have to go and hunt your mailman down because he forgot it. And that's what I did today. I got my mail delivered and this didn't show up. So I took off on my electric bike by Kalkoff, a German bicycle. And I saw him and he was not my regular mailman. And I said, "Hey, are you delivering on Oak Street?" He's like, "Which one?" I'm like, 2237. I have a product coming, a package. He's like, "Oh yeah, I forgot it." And I'm like, "Okay, are you going to deliver it today? Because it's now like in the afternoon late." "Oh yeah." I'm like, "Yeah, right." But he did. He came back, delivered it. So I will test it out tomorrow when I do laps. And that's why I go to bed, because I get to the pool by 7 a.m.
Because you're a maniac.
Because I'm crazy.
And she's dancing on the floor.
And I'm dancing on the floor. I'm also going to recommend, and I know you can't get this on Amazon, but the brand is Kalkoff. It is a German vehicle. It is a German, and I talked about this 1.5 years ago. The bike company, the bike store I deal with, that I get all my work done, is Zenkog. And this German company, Kalkoff, called them up and said, "Hey, do you want to test ride one of our Panzer tank type vehicles?" And they called me up and they're like, "Hey, do you want to try this out for a couple weeks?" So I was able to test this bike, which is around a $4,000 bicycle. It's electric. And it weighs like 56 pounds. Well, at the time, as everybody knows, I was trying to build an empire of printing, and that failed. So it was a good thing I didn't buy it. But one of the bike mechanics bought the bike for his wife, who is a medical officer. So they were able to get rid of one of their cars, and she was able to use his bike. Well, they're moving to Italy. So they found me and they're like, "Hey, do you want this back? Do you want to, so I got a really good deal on it." So it is a German Kalkoff. It's electric. There are other brands that you can get.
Boogie.
Yeah. And you get 50 miles per charge on the lithium monster battery. What else? That's all I got, which is a lot. So read, bike, and swim with headphones.
Cool. Thanks, Rox.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye. And Scott said he was going to be right back and never came back. Oh, well.
Yeah, I think he was going to be right back, and then he came back and then dropped off. But
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Okay, I would like to say R.I.P.D. Not Jeff Bridges' finest moment.
No, but maybe he needed a house.
Probably.
And he was kind of playing the same character from True Grit.
He was, yes. It was a cross between True Grit, maybe The Dude. Probably not The Dude.
Which I know
Eh.
I am one of the.
Oh, he's in the next Kingsman.
Is he?
Yeah. Kingsman, The Golden Circle.
Oh, wow. I did not know that Naomi Harris was an OBE.
What's an
Sweet.
OBE?
Oh, Order of the British Empire. She's I believe that means she's officially a dame. Dame Naomi Harris. I think that's right.
Yeah, okay.
She was Moneypenny in Skyfall Inspector. You know what I'm talking about?
I mean, I know who she is.
Oh, sorry.
I just didn't know what an OBE is.
I was just looking to see what Yeah, see, she's up for Moonlight for Best Supporting. She's never been nominated before. Now Viola Davis, she's won, right?
I think she did win for The Help.
I believe that's right. Where is it?
Michelle Williams has won also. She won for Brokeback Mountain, I believe.
Wait. No, she was nominated for The Help. She's been nominated 3 times now. What did that? Wait, The Help. Hang on. The Help. It was Octavia Spencer won for Best Supporting Actress for The Help.
Oh, and I was wrong. Michelle Williams did not win for Brokeback Mountain. She was nominated though.
Right. So, yeah, I think Viola Davis would be the one to beat in that, because everything I've seen from Fences looks strong as hell. I'm trying to see what else could possibly be. I personally think Zootopia is going to win Best Animated. It's made a fuck ton of money. I'm not saying it necessarily deserves it, but I'm saying it's made a fuck ton of money.
It does. See, that's why I was having a hard time deciding which one it should be, because Kubo is so well done. It's such a good story, and it's so intricate and technical, if you will.
Right.
But from a fun standpoint, from a entertainment standpoint, Zootopia wins that battle.
Right.
Just because A, it's a comedy, and B, it does some things with that you only expect from sort of Pixar, right? Which of course at this point is kind of cheating for Disney. It shouldn't count. They should count as Pixar films, with John Lasseter heading up pretty much everything and bringing his methodology to Disney. But it's still considered a Disney film. So
yeah. Well, I'm just happy Disney's making good movies again.
Yeah, I mean, they're making a crap ton of good movies. I mean, Moana, fantastic film. Now, that in the case of Moana, that kind of follows in their normal line of musicals. The interesting thing about Zootopia is it's not a musical, right? It's an anime. It is a straight up animated film. I mean, it has some music, but there's none of the characters are singing it.
Right.
It's a straight up animated film from Disney, so it is more along the lines of a Pixar film, where Pixar doesn't have any. They have montages with music, but they don't really have any of their characters singing per se. So, and it's again from Disney, what won in prior years. Well, of course, Beauty and the Beast, and did it win? It didn't win Best Picture. It was nominated for Best Picture.
Right.
But before they had that whole separate category built out.
Yeah.
What's the last one? Song with Let It Go.
Frozen.
Frozen, right. So they come from a long line of these musical cartoons or animated features, if you will.
Yeah.
But Zootopia sort of has broken that mold, and it was a really good film without having the whole princess musical thing around it. So
right.
But again, I still think it's cheating because they have John Lasseter in charge.
Yeah, well, I'll give it to him. As long as they're, like I said, whatever gets them making the sort of quality type of stuff that we were used to previously.
They are still making Cars 3 though. They being Pixar in that case, but
Well,
hey, as you and I have discussed many a time, and I know that you have said ad nauseum, that film makes money. It makes bank.
it
has very
does. It does.
It has a very specific set of people it sells to, and that's exactly what it does.
It does. It does do that.
I think it's like their Pixar's number 2 grossing film?
Really.
Now,
Now,
maybe franchise. Maybe we categorize that as franchise after Toy Story.
yeah, I think. Let's see, because I know possibly from a franchise perspective, if you're looking at the full like toys and everything, if you
Yeah.
lump everything in together,
Right.
then yeah, I would say it might be.
Right. It sells a crap ton of toys. Yeah.
It does.
Which is
let me look.
interesting because there was a which also might go to why Princess Leia will never be officially a Disney princess. But my son watches this on YouTube. Watches this guy who does all these different videos on conspiracy theories around Disney and other things like that. I mean, it's an interesting thing, but he raised the point that he went to go shopping for his niece at this past Christmas and went to go buy her the Disney Barbie dolls, essentially, and the Princess Barbie dolls, and they sell them in a pack of 5 or 6 or whatever they are, but Elsa and whatever her sister's name is, we're not in that. We're not in that because she is not neither of them are officially a Disney princess.
Not yet.
And well, he pointed out the reason why. Because when you go to making the Disney princess line, if you will, you include them with the other princesses. But because they make, if he pulled up the chart and did the grossing, the grossing for the quote unquote princesses, they own like 75% of the chart for the amount of money Disney has made off of them.
Wow.
And so his point was they will never be, or at least not for a very long time, an official Disney princess, because exactly what he did, which is he bought that set and then went ahead and bought the second set with just the 2 of them in it, because they can sell it separately and not have to tack on the Disney princess title to them. But Brave, on the other hand, is because she didn't make as much money, but she will sell as a group. She sells better as part of the group than as an individual character. And that goes along the lines of the same with Princess Leia. Princess Leia by herself will still sell. She'll still sell action figures. She'll still sell whatever. And they don't have to put her make her an official Disney princess, because then then it sort of falls into this line of, well, when we sell a set with Disney princess images on them, she would have to be on there, but we can make more money by her not being on there and having the sucker parent buy that and the Princess Leia sheets, right, or whatever. So
no, that makes sense, because Merida was added the most recently, and I don't think it's because didn't make any money herself.
It made money, but it wasn't.
Yeah. But bear in mind, the film came out in 2012, and she was added to Disney Princesses in May of 2013, because they do an actual.
There's a whole ceremony.
Yeah. So, but no, that does make sense.
Until they stop making money, until they stop making the extra money they can make off of them, it made sense to me.
Yeah, no, it does actually make a lot of sense.
Because even though we don't like to say it, or we do like to say it, I guess, but we don't like to believe it, Disney is in the business of making money, not in the business of entertaining us.
Well, to be fair, they have found that they can make a lot more money if they're actually entertaining us.
Well, fair enough.
And I was just looking at Pixar movies at the box office. Now these are adjusted numbers. Number one, would you like to guess what number one is?
I would like to. Hold on.
Adjusted dollars now.
Adjusted Toy Story?
No, Toy Story is actually number 6.
Oh, wow. Okay, so adjusted dollars. Oh, not A Bug's Life, is it?
No, Bug's Life is 11.
Okay. Was there something in between there? Cars? Which is not between there. But,
Cars is actually number 10.
huh. All right, I give up. What's number 1?
Finding Nemo.
All
Followed by Finding Dory.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah, 487
Well,
million.
that's interesting that Finding Dory, that's with adjusted dollars, which means it wasn't adjusted at all.
Yeah, pretty much. So Finding Nemo is just 2 million above Finding Dory on adjusted gross. Then in order down to Cars, which is number 10, Toy Story 3, Toy Story 2, Monsters Inc., Toy Story, Inside Out, The Incredibles, and Up. And if we do, they don't have adjusted numbers for worldwide, but worldwide unadjusted, meaning all the tickets everywhere, 1 through 10 is Toy Story 3, Finding Dory, Finding Nemo, Inside Out, Monsters University, Up, Incredibles, Ratatouille, Cars 2, and Monsters Inc.
Okay, so I found a story from 2011.
Yeah.
Disney Cars has crossed, this is from 2011.
Yeah.
Crossed 8 billion in global retail sales. That's from merchandising. 8
there you have it.
billion. Over 200 million die-cast cars were sold at that time in 2011. So, that's a lot of, well, it's a lot of bank. And that goes back to, okay, so, the whole reason why Disney bought Marvel in the first place, right?
Yeah.
Who were they trying to get? They had girls locked up. I mean, not to be sexist about it, but they did.
And not to be creepy, because you don't mean literally locked up, because that would be weird.
I can't say for sure that they didn't have girls locked up, but I will say figuratively, they which by the way, Lemony Snicket, there is a wonderful little section where they go between figuratively and literally the entire. It's interesting because in Lemony Snicket you get a nice little vocabulary lesson too almost every 10 minutes. Anyway, yeah, so they had little girls locked up, and figuratively, and so they say. But they didn't, and that's why they bought Marvel, was so that they could start to bang teenage boys. From a sales standpoint.
Okay, I feel better already.
Because they saw what Cars was doing for the market, and
absolutely
they needed to diversify, and hell, they got a crap ton of IP, right? So
yeah, absolutely.
Now, if only they could make the Disneyland or Disney World Marvel Land, that'd be awesome. Because Universal is sucking the life out of it.
Well, I am of the mind that take whatever time you need, do it properly.
As long as you don't care as long as you get crap, now I forgot what the hell the name of the movie was. Superhero Pixar film.
Oh, Incredibles.
As long as you get an Incredibles sequel, you don't care.
Yeah, I pretty much don't care. But
Yeah,
it's in the works.
Incredibles Marvel crossover.
I would be amazed if that did not happen in some form or fashion. Because I don't think there had ever been a like an actual comic book of the Incredibles. I mean, there may have been one by now, but
Yeah, there. You're right, and if there was one, it probably was sort of like a, not a serious, more like a. Well, it's probably just a retelling of the film, really. If there was a quote unquote comic book or graphic novel. Actually, let's look it up.
yeah, because I think I remember somebody pointing that out. And again, that was a while ago, so that could have changed.
Oh, Boom Studio
Yeah.
did create a sequel comic series to The Incredibles. Was one of the launch titles for Boom Studios. Disneyland. Oh, it's a Disney line for Boom Studios. In 2009 with a 4-issue miniseries, Family Matters, before switching to an ongoing format. Oh.
And when was that? Sorry, when was it?
2009.
And the film was...
Unfortunately, the finale of the storyline was indefinitely delayed by Boom Studios. Since then, Marvel reprinted the first 2 story arcs, but is unknown if the storyline will be concluded by Marvel or by Joe Books. So
that was basically 5 years after the movie.
Yeah, it seems that way.
Hmm.
Can you buy it on needcoffee.com/Amazon?
Probably.
Need. So you know, I go here so often that either I start typing Amazon or Need, and it's either way it's going to Amazon through needcoffee.com/Amazon. By the way, needcoffee.com/Amazon. Did I mention that?
I think you did, but you can never mention it enough, I think.
Was it Incredibles?
Yeah, Boom Studios.
I knew how to spell. The gin might be kicking in at this point.
Gin, although that...
Oh yeah, it is. Actually, there's a fair number of them. Oh, hey, you can buy. It's by Mark Waid. Really? Mark Waid wrote it?
That's promising.
That's interesting. City of Incredibles. You can buy it on paperback for $2,080 if you want.
$2,080.
Yes, that's what I said. $2,080.
Wow.
Used, obviously. Or well, and $3.99 shipping. Or you can buy it for, $2,498. Yeah, interesting.
What the hell?
It is apparently
What, did they only print like 3 of them?
it's for City of Incredibles. That only that one in particular, it seems to be. Other ones are like $2, and one of them's $18 actually. Incredibles #1 by Mark Waid. Yeah, they're all written by Mark Waid. That's interesting.
Wait a minute.
Is
City of
way more.
Incredibles.
Oh wait, some of the other ones were not written by him. But anyway, yeah, City of Incredibles is by Mark Waid. The Incredibles. It's $2,000 plus.
Oh, it's a whole series. Are you looking at the paperback collection, right?
It does not say. Here, let me send you the link.
Yeah, send me the link.
Oops, well, that's not what I meant to do. Hold on, refresh this page. There we go.
Yeah, oh, here you go. You can get on eBay City of Incredibles Pixar hardcover signed by Mark Waid for $30.
Well, I think that would be the better way to go.
You would think,
even though we want to encourage you to go to needcoffee.com/Amazon, as you've said many a time, if you can get it cheaper elsewhere, go there.
Oh, for fuck's sake, yeah, do it.
But if you're willing to spend the $2,000, I got a better idea. Send. I'll give you a deal. Send $1,500 to Widge and I'll $1,530, in which we'll buy the $30 version and send it to you.
Yeah, that sounds good. That sounds really good, actually.
But $3 and he'll you know what, Widge, I'm gonna speak for you now.
Okay.
If someone does that, I bet you won't charge them shipping.
Oh, absolutely not.
Oh,
I mean, I'm not a monster.
you are magnanimous.
Yeah, I'm nothing if not fair. Which means I'm pretty much nothing, but that's okay.
So did you look at that link I sent you?
I'm pulling it up now. Do.
Yeah.
Waka!
The sound.
Yeah, that's
the sound your click makes.
Yeah, I recorded my own voice saying that so that
Every
when I
time
click
you-
on things, it just says Waka. Yeah, that's weird. You know what it is? Here's the problem. Here's the problem. If I look on Amazon, it says paperback 1900. So this is the version that's 117 years old.
Well, here's what's even more interesting is here.
Oh, please tell me.
Look at this link then, because it's still on Amazon.
Right?
But, oops, damn coffee stuck my damn enter key. Look at that link now.
Okay. Let's see. What? Okay, that's weird.
And it's how much, Widge? Same
It is
exact thing.
It is a savings of roughly $2,079, not counting shipping.
Well, the other one had $3.99 shipping, so
That's pretty intense.
I don't know what makes those other ones so special. It can't be first printing thing.
You would think.
Yeah, I mean. Oh wow! Yeah. They have, nice little, they have a little preview there too. It's pretty nice. Yeah. So yes.
No, after you, please.
What were you going to say? Because I have suspicion that we're going to say the same thing.
I was just going to say, so all of you people who were planning on taking your paperback edition of City of Incredibles and trying to sell it on Amazon for $1,000 and undercut these other guys, we have bad news.
Too bad. We're beating you to it. We're going to take this $1.43 one.
Yeah,
and we're going to sell it
absolutely.
for $500.
Fuck all of y'all.
I'm sure I could pay Mark Waid $100 to sign it and still make out.
Yes, absolutely. Hell, for that, you could get a picture of him signing it, waving to the camera.
Hell, the very first one is being sold for a penny, which typically means it's really that it's being sold for shipping and handling. But let's see, where's it at? New for $6. Oh no, actually, literally, it is a penny plus $3.99 shipping for the very first episode, the very first issue. So I don't know where that particular one comes into play, and it was written by Mark Waid as well.
It is true.
That's weird.
Truer words were never sung or spoken.
So, Widge, we have a problem here.
Oh God, what now?
I have to use little boy's room. And
Okay.
there's only two of us here.
Ha! All right. Well, I will do my best to hold the line.
All right, entertain people, will you?
Oh God, I'll do my best.
All right, be back in a minute.
Okay. All right, fine. Well, I can tell all of you lovely listeners, I believe last time we discussed the fact that we have a new puppy in the house. It is not a hell puppy like Cora was, because she's not that demonic. She's actually a very mischievous creature. I don't even know if last time we had the name, because we're trying to figure out a name. Her name is Jinn, Jinn, and we called her that because well, first of all, we were trying to. There's no real good goddesses of mischief, as we learned by doing a lot of Wikipedia searches, which is always right. So that went nowhere, but we finally did a kind of basically a combination of Jinn, as in DJINN, the magical being, as well as Jinn from Rogue One, the rebel, and then also Jinn, which I'm probably pronouncing it incorrectly, is not just what Kim likes to drink, but also is the Japanese word for silver, which she is a very silver-furred type of creature. I know it's frightening that I would have a creature in my house that was not black like everything else I own, but you know, she's just cute as hell. So you will no doubt be getting some posts about things that we have learned from this go-round of trying to train a puppy. Part of which is just reminding ourselves that she's still not, even though we've had her since New Year's, she has not yet reached the age when we got Cora. We got her at 6 weeks and we got Cora at 12 weeks. So, yeah, she's got a lot of puppy energy, which is probably why, if you're wondering, why does Widge sound like he has no energy? That's probably why. Holy fucking mold. So yeah, so that is fun. She is, first of all, she's small. She's just now gotten to 10 pounds, and Kongs, which those of you who don't know, they're basically just toys that you can put food in. And Ian Dunbar, who's the guy who has the training framework, I guess you would call it, that we've used, that we used to great success on Cora, and so far I've been working with Jen on, they go up to whatever size dog you want. They even have a tiny one that looks like a freaking thimble for a dog that you could fit into your purse, assuming that you have a purse. But yeah, so we've got a small Kong that is kind of like a shot glass, can hold about a shot glass worth of kibble. And it's just unnerving for us to, having come from Cora, to, you know, work down to this small Kong for food. John, are you back?
I just arrived back, sir.
Okay, good. I've been talking about the new puppy.
Oh, okay.
Which is something I've been spending a lot of time on, so I know a thing or two about it. So.
And what kind of dog is it? Did you already say? Did you already tell the audience?
No. I did not. It's roughly the same thing that Hell Puppy Cora was. Her dad was a Cane Corso, still is a Cane Corso, who was at least about 100 pounds, big puppy. And the mom was a stocky pit bull. There's apparently a sub-breed of pit bull called Razor's Edge, which I think...
That doesn't bode well. What is that?
Well, basically, it's like, imagine a pit bull, and then somebody came along and said, you know what we really need to do with this pit bull is inflate it more.
Let's make it larger and more deadly. I know they aren't deadly.
I know. I got you. But
somebody did think that, just so you know.
Well, they just wanted, and see, my problem is, I would hesitate to get a dog that looks like, okay, you know those bodybuilders that have such huge arms that they can't really put their arms down by their sides?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they look like. They just look, I go, that can't be comfortable. That just can't be. So yeah, so that's her mom. And
so is a bull mastiff not available to crossbreed with the pit bull in a whatever the other one was?
Well, the Cane Corso is a mastiff, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
So I think the main difference is I think she's got a little bit more pity in her than in her heart. No. she's got a little more pit bull in her than Cora did. And she's the run of the litter, so we have no idea how big she's going to get. But I'm thinking probably, at least like 80 pounds or something.
And how old is she right now?
She is close to 10 weeks.
Oh, really? Oh, really?
And she's already 10 pounds. She's already doubled in size from when we got her. And
Wow.
I'm like, why? We learned the first time, if you feed them, they get bigger. I don't know why we didn't, learn from our mistake, because they just get huge. And you go, man, this would have been so much easier to contend with if we had just kept her small. But, I don't know. We didn't learn. We didn't learn. What can I say?
You can say that you did not learn.
I did not learn. We definitely did not learn. This is what we look like when we did not learn. We look pretty much the way we usually have. But yeah, she's fun, and has lots of puppy energy, and we're teaching her not to bite, which is important because
Yes, because as they get bigger, so does their jaw.
Yeah, and quite honestly, I think I may have mentioned this before, having seen, I forget what documentary it was, but some maniacs go out and try to get piranha in the wild, just basically catch a wild piranha and test their bite force. Because if in captivity, they don't bite as hard.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate.
Well, yeah, but I'm like, to have been able to just judge, measure Cora's bite force, that would have been amazing, because I'm sure it would have been ridiculous.
Now, was Bite Force one of those teams from the early 90s along with X-Force and X Factor?
Yes, and also written by Mark Waid.
There you go.
Go figure.
Did you ever say what film you thought was going to win Best Picture?
Oh, I think it's going to be La La Land.
Oh, okay. All right.
Absolutely.
Oh, I heard somebody in the background. Who was that?
Yeah, that was Cosette with Jen going to bed.
Oh, okay.
So, in other words, we're going to try to put Jen to bed, who, like me, will probably be like, I don't want to go to sleep. And, then we'll have to sell her to the salt mines, which is important.
Let's see. Visual effects. You've got
Oh, yeah. What is up for that?
Deepwater Horizon, Doctor Strange,
Okay.
The Jungle Book, which might very well win that one, Kubo and the Two Strings, and Rogue One, a Star Wars story.
Mm.
Now, Rogue One was... Oh. Okay, so I assume you have seen Rogue One, right?
Yes, I have.
Oh, okay. So, obviously, the two visual effects that stand out weren't, in my opinion, really done that well.
Really?
I mean, they were done well enough, I suppose. But the rest of it's, been there, done that, as far as Rogue One's concerned. Star Wars, Did you see The Jungle Book, though?
I did not.
I believe it's on Netflix now, if you have
Okay.
Netflix. It is very well done. And by the way, Idris Elba, why have you not...
I know. There's a standing lawsuit because I've been breaking the law by not.
And he's playing freaking Shere Khan.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. Guilty. I'm guilty.
But anyway, the visual effects in that were freaking amazing.
Cool.
You literally forget that these are just regular animals. They're not supposed to be talking. And of course you get to see or here. Christopher Walken as oh, and I can't remember his name.
Isn't he King
Louis.
Louis?
King Louis, yeah, which
Wow.
is awesome too, and even just the side of King Louis, which in this film, in this version of the Jungle Book, makes a lot more sense than the cartoon version of the way that how the personification of King Louis makes a lot more sense than in the comic book. It makes it much more devious and frightening, if you will. Anyway, so I think, and Doctor Strange, though amazing and trippy and whatever, the visual effects were sort of just, they were almost the same stuff that was done in Inception type thing. I mean, it had more. The rolling back time was a little more interesting, but as far as the in between world, if you will, it sort of was stuff that's been kind of done before.
Yeah, I will say that my favorite part of that is again the bit that I had not seen before, which was the fighting forward when everything around you is going backwards. I don't know that I've ever seen that.
Hey, don't get me wrong, the visual effects were amazing.
Oh yeah, no, I got
well
you.
deserving.
Yeah, I got you.
I think the Jungle Book wins that based on just the fact that they were seamless, really. Kubo and the Two Strings, I mean, I get why it might be nominated there, but really it's part of the animation. So even though it's stop motion,
right.
I don't know that it deserves to be in that visual effects arena. Film editing, who cares? Besides editors. I think we hit pretty much all the big ones. No, costume design. What? Costume design. Yeah. Fantastic Beast is nominated for costume design. La La Land, Jackie, Florence Foster Jenkins, and Allied.
Okay.
I mean, only having seen the only movie out of that I've seen is actually Fantastic Beasts, but having seen stills from it, I mean, I think it probably would be the one that would win. Seems like it would be.
Right.
La La Land is, yeah, it has some period pieces to it, but it seems just sort of like modern versions of old classic type things which you can probably buy anywhere. I'm saying that, of course, you probably can't, but let's see. Production design, La La Land. It says it right down there in the lower right hand corner. La La Land tires Oscar record with 14 nominations. And you know what? You know what it is?
Tell me what it is.
Hollywood loves talking about themselves. Really is what it boils down to.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That is definitely part of it.
Hail Caesar actually is in production design. Again, a film by the Coen brothers, which no one really saw, that centers around Hollywood.
This is true.
Yeah, I think we hit all the major ones there.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the main question is, and I think sweeps are less likely these days than they were previously, because I think it's much more political from a standpoint of, like I said, they're trying to spread the wealth.
Plus,
people want to be fair.
Plus, it's easier. It's easier nowadays to kind of get a feeling for what everybody else is voting. So you can spread it out a little more easily, right? So you can say, oh, well,
Yeah.
it seems like everyone's going Best Picture this way, so I'm going to go Best Director that way. Whereas back in the day, you know, it wasn't a there wasn't as much prevalent media, if you will, as
Right.
as here. Allow me to educate you, which as though you don't know these things, as though you have not made your living at this thing.
Whatever works.
But yeah, they you know, so now it is a lot easier. If it was, say, the same thing was going on, or this same set of nominees, and it was 1978 or something, yeah, La La Land might run away with it all the way across the board. But I think you're right. I concur that you're correct that a sweep isn't going to happen.
It's just it's so unlikely these days. But yeah, we'll see.
I'm still blown away that it was an Amazon studio film. Manchester by the Sea was an Amazon studio film. That they funded that out of their little
Amazon Prime money.
Amazon Prime money, yeah, exactly. I mean, Matt Damon was a producer on it, which I guess, you know, given the cast, that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, well, it's interesting that.
Oh, John Krasinski is also from Office is also a
Right.
producer. Oh, that's interesting.
Well, they have really stepped up, and Netflix both. Because I mean, what was it? God, what was it called? The Land of Beasts, the one that Idris Elba was up for last year.
Not Fantastic Beasts.
No, it was something Beasts.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah, hang on. Hang on. Let's see.
Only there was a way to find out.
Yeah, oh yeah.
On Studios, Manchester. That's interesting.
Beasts of No Nation. That's what I'm
Yeah, there we go. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, that was Netflix. But yeah, I mean they've done very well. Amazon both. I mean, they've both done quite well at the Emmys, but they are getting into feature film from an award standpoint, I think mostly because they are willing to they are playing the long game in that, you know, they're making a film that they can then show indefinitely, sell the international rights to, all of that stuff. So, and again, I'm still kind of shocked that that like Amazon makes enough money off of Prime and whatever else, you know, to afford all of this, because it's not cheap.
I can't think of. I mean, they do sell Amazon Video as a separate service, but I can't think of anybody that does that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No. Yeah, I got you. And I know Rox was saying that she got it by accident, but I fucking love Prime. I think it's fantastic. So now, again, I was the same way. We got it. We got it essentially by mistake because we forgot to cancel. But then the next year, I actually went and
did the math.
Yeah, went and did the math. What would we have spent on shipping versus the Prime, and you know, we came out ahead. Plus, once they started lumping all this other stuff on top of it, it was like, well, this is a no-brainer.
Well, even Amazon's Prime Music, even though they launched their additional music, if you will,
right?
After that, the Prime Music still has a crap ton of music in it for free without interruption.
Right.
and most of the stuff that's sort of in my normal wheelhouse for regular daily listening, the 90s alternative, grunge, that sort of era, all of it's available on Amazon Prime Music. So
Right.
it sort of lays into this is a freaking great deal. In fact, actually, just the other day we did sign up for their Kindle Unlimited,
Yeah.
at least to try it out. And it's $10 a month, but Sonia, since she has her iPad and she actually reads, she knows how to read.
Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard that.
Yeah. She's the one who's smart in the family. What do you call it? She's
Literacy?
trying it out, so she's literate. Yes. What do you call that thing when you know how to read? So she's trying that out. I mean, even then, $10 is a bargain. Of course, you don't get to keep the books, but I don't know. And they have the professional narration stuff there too. It's not everything, but they have that deal. Did you do any of that for the Kindle Unlimited stuff or no? I know you did some
the narration?
You did some narration work, but was it for? Is that listed
No,
under?
I mean, the stuff I've done is for Audible, so I don't know. I quite honestly don't know if that transfers over.
I know
think-
that they're owned. They're both owned by Amazon, but
Right.
obviously Amazon owes Amazon. And you do get 1 credit per month for the first couple of months when you get Kindle Unlimited. But Kindle Unlimited has its own set of professionally narrated books that you can read, and then you can pick up from where you stopped reading with the narration.
Right.
So I wasn't sure if that was one of the ones that you had done or not.
No, not specifically. Although I don't know how much do they bundle in the Audible version in with it? I don't know.
What was it? What was it? One of the titles?
Let's see. if I can-
Do you not remember what you've done, sir?
No. I was just trying to think from an audiobook standpoint. I think surely no. Was that stuff just on Kindle? Hang on. Yeah, my brain just doesn't work anymore. No, I don't think something else is actually up yet. Something else. Oh no, the Audible version of something else is available. And let's see. So if I go into Kindle edition, it is Audible narration ready. Oh yeah, it uses the Audible narration. So if you buy Kindle, then for just $2 you can get the Audible version.
And what was that? Because I never actually caught the.
Oh, it's the something else, the complete first season.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. And what's interesting, which by the way, so basically you could get the Kindle is 99 cents. The Audible is $1.99. So you could get both things for basically $3.
Well, actually, being a Kindle Unlimited subscriber, I get it for free. It is on the Kindle Unlimited.
Yes, it is. And what's interesting about that is they actually have a pool of money that if your stuff gets borrowed, essentially, through the Kindle Unlimited thing, you get a piece of that. You get a piece of that. So that is why, it makes sense to actually be in that program. Yep, it is interesting.
Huh. What was the name of the book that she was? Oh, there we go.
What? Which one is it?
Oh, there was a book that my wife was looking for, and I was just looking to see add audible narration. Oh, there is audible narration for that. Oh, and she could get that for that. Oh, okay. It's the Magnolia story, the Chip and Joanna Gaines thing. From the Home and Garden Channel.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought you.
Yeah, whatever it's called. She
Thought you meant the film in which Tom Cruise took off his pants.
No, not that. She's really into frogs falling from the sky, but no, not that one.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, no, just the Chip and Joanna Gaines story. Anyway, this ebook includes full text plus an exclusive chapter read by Chip and Joanne. It's not found in the hardcover. Oh, so what you're telling me is that there's an exclusive chapter written by the folks that this is about, but it's not found in the hardcover. It's in the ebook. I don't get. Okay, all right, fair enough. Okay. So what else is up?
Quite frankly, I have no idea.
Have you started your Dragon Con planning yet?
Oh God. Oh God. Oh. No, not yet.
No.
But very soon.
Now, you sort of know this because of the email I sent you, but did you see that they cut out a couple of tracks out of Dragon Con?
Yeah, I saw that. What did they cut?
All right, I know for sure that they have dropped Whedonverse.
Interesting.
There's no longer a track, which when I found that out, I immediately sent a text to I hate saying texted. I think that's horrible. Anyway, I sent a text to Lee to find out if she got Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And yes, she has Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Oh, nice. Well, we should do a panel then.
Which makes more sense. So they've dropped Whedonverse, and all those properties that were in there, which included. So I love. Oh God, I wish I could remember who was the. I've talked to the Whedonverse director several times, and they're all of them are absolutely lovely, and they do lots of hard work. But I never kind of understood how Avengers, the film. I mean, I know it was Joss Whedon that wrote and directed, or at least co-wrote and directed,
right?
But and it does have his fingerprints all over the Avengers, but still, it didn't seem like it was a Whedonverse property because it existed well before he came along. Whedonverse to me always seemed like it would be, the Buffys, the things that he created, essentially.
Right.
That's like saying Toy Story should be in his in Whedonverse, right? Because he was, as you know, was one of the original writers of
right.
Toy Story. So all those properties are being pushed off to other more generalized tracks, which is where I think Dragon Con's going here. Is it's more, they have some specificity to them, but they are going to get, unless you're Star Wars or Star Trek, which you kind of have such a vast, constantly churning machine there. It'd be kind of hard to voice that onto, say, American Sci-Fi or something.
Right.
But it seems to me that what they're doing is they're kind of making things more generalized, because they got rid of, for the longest time, they had, what was that? Was it Robert Jordan?
Wheel of Time.
Wheel of Time, yes. They had Wheel of Time for the longest time, and I think it was last year or 2 years ago they folded that track as well. So the other one,
you need a Game of Thrones track if you've still got
right, exactly.
Time, yeah.
So the other one that they've I know for sure they've gotten rid of is the Tolkien the Tolkien track.
Okay.
And again, it's one of those things where it could easily go into fantasy, which is where those things will be picked up in.
Right.
And then main programming for any of the, movies or other sundry cast members or something that which happen to show up. Because they really aren't producing any more Tolkien. I mean, it's just not happening.
They're not doing a 16-movie version of the Silmarillion?
They might. Peter Jackson very well might have something up his sleeve. But, again, how much time can you dedicate to that? So I know that there's a lot of people that are upset about it because, internet and because, human. But
right.
If you take a step back and you look at, the growth of Dragon Con, how much it spreads out as it is, my thought process, or at least what I think is going on with this sort of a consolidation, is it leaves those rooms available for other purposes or for more generalized content, and so instead of tying up an entire room just for Tolkien, right, if you will, or 2 rooms or whatever it's consuming, if you could use that room for, let's say, okay, so this is what happened on the X-Track last year. They had a panel, a fan panel, a last-minute fan panel edition for Stranger Things, which is they packed the room. It was completely packed. And there were 200 or so people they turned away at the door because they could not fit. You've seen Lee's track room.
Yeah. Yep.
They could not fit that many people, essentially about 400 people, into her track room. Now, if they had a room that was in the vicinity that was open and shareable, then they might have been able to overflow it. Or if they know that a particular topic is going to be large enough to need a larger room or a separate room, but not large enough to need a main programming room, having those rooms available and kind of switching people around makes more sense. Basically, just you're always sort of keeping that one open for the extra panels or the panels for tracks to use that maybe necessarily weren't they wouldn't have fit into their regular track room because of whatever reason. Again, I go back to Stranger Things where it was just an unforeseen thing. Hell, the show had only been out for maybe 2 months at that point, if that. So no one really saw it. There was no guest. There was nothing. It was just a fan discussion, and it was they were out of room. So that's what I think they're doing because they got a space issue, right? Without going to the convention center, which I don't think they really want to do because it's a hell of a lot more expensive, but B, they also lose the ability to keep things running basically through the night.
Right.
So those are the 2 tracks that I know have been dissolved. Now, last year too, I'm not sure if you caught this, but Stargate used to have its own track.
Right.
It no longer has its own track. It's still run by the same people, but it is now called the Sci-Fi Military track. So it gets all the. Yeah. So they took Battlestar Galactica out of American Sci-Fi, which is way too generalized, probably.
Right.
And put it into that track, and then took I think Babylon 5 went over there. Basically anything with a military bent to it that was science fiction got put into that, so that it relieves some of the pressure on things like American Sci-Fi, where you can't possibly cover, because it's American Sci-Fi and fantasy is actually what it is. They have Game of Thrones, for crying out loud. So you wind up not being able to do stuff for multiple things for the things that are fan favorites, because you also have an obligation to do, say, Battlestar Galactica, which, yeah, it has a following, but it's sort of gone by the wayside. People have moved on. It could still be served, but in a more generalized but specific, or mildly generalized track. So that's what's going on right now with Dragon Con. And what I see that they seem to be trying to do, because they've grown to a point where they could literally just do whatever they want, but I think they're still trying to be conscious or cautious about the changes that they make, and they have to make sense. Having talked to most of the people that run the show over the last several years, I have faith that they always have best intentions in mind, and they're not trying to hurt anybody's feelings. In fact, what I read about from the Tolkien track was that they flatly told him, said it has nothing to do with your attendance. Your attendance is fine. It has nothing to do with your rating. Your ratings are good. It's just we're just trying to consolidate some things, and there's nothing coming out for Tolkien. Yes, there will always be people that will love Lord of the Rings, but
right,
it's just nothing new coming out. It's at some point it becomes the same thing over and over and over again.
Right.
So,
yeah, no, that makes sense. And I'm just curious, so all of this random stuff is going to wind up in some other track,
right?
And hopefully they'll do what Lee does, which is shut down their room and move to this other room.
Yeah, in theory, that's what they would. That's what I think that they're going to do, because it's not like those rooms went away, or it could be that some of them, how conference rooms are, they with the air walls and whatnot.
Right.
It could be that some of these are actually, when they move everybody around, that they wind up with more main room or mid-size room, if you will, space, because of being able to move air walls out of the way.
Right.
So that could be what they're doing too. They're probably saving money on printing, because of the number of tracks that they have and how much printing they have to do for. Even though I'm actually still surprised that they still print out the pocket guide, because I would just tell everyone, just get it on your phone. We have an app. Their app has been running now for 4 years, I think.
Yeah.
I think this will be the 5th year. And if it were me, I would just say, hey, just download the app. Everybody has a freaking phone. We're not going to print these things anymore. They just wind up in the trash, or we wind up having to haul them out of here. And
yeah, what you do is you have you basically have a version like at the information desk, where if your battery just fucking dies, then you can go and consult it.
Which they already do, and those guys already have. They all have iPads and whatnot, and the information booth is more than willing to just say, yeah, here's where it's at. Go over this way. But yeah.
Interesting.
Oh, cons that run successfully. Oh, cons.
So yeah, definitely. If Lee's got Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., then I would want to do a panel for that.
Yeah.
Which I need to catch up on.
Yeah, I haven't watched any of the LMD stuff yet.
I started the season, and then I got caught up in other stuff, and I kind of thought, well, this isn't that interesting, because it's like
it wasn't.
I first of all,
you started Ghost Rider, is what you right?
Well, the Ghost Rider. Some of that was actually pretty cool. Like, I actually enjoyed the bit where you had Ghost Rider fighting Quake, in essence. I thought that was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
but it was just like the whole thing of, well, now the team's split up again, and now we've got more Shield, concern about what's going on with. I'm like, to me, I was just reminded of, like in episode 1, where it's like we're trade negotiations. This is trade negotiations. I mean, not that bad, obviously, but that feeling of, we've come through all of this, and this is where we are. Not to mention the fact that you finally had Fitzsimmons together, and it's like, I don't think that would happen like that.
So how far into Ghost Rider are
Oh
you?
God, I'm like just a couple episodes.
Oh.
I mean, not far at all.
Yeah, I mean, it gets better towards the end, as it does, it seems, with all of Shield seasons.
Yeah.
But they've taken to doing this thing now with Shield, where they basically make them, storylines. They name them after storylines. So now it was, Agents of Shield Ghost Rider. Now it's Agents of Shield LMD.
Which is a terrible name.
Well, I mean, if you know what it means.
No, I know, but I'm just, even then, it's like, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Ghost Rider at least makes sense, but like LMD, it's like, okay.
Well, you'll see why.
No, I mean, I understand why, but I'm just saying the title is just a terrible title. Call me crazy.
Clone War. I could have called it Clone Wars. You could have.
Oh God.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Clone Wars.
Actually, the Clone Saga. That would have been great. This is our new Agent Ben Parker. Why not? Maybe they could get away with that now. I have no idea. But I am looking forward to the Legion television show.
Oh yeah,
because that looks fucking crazy.
Yes.
And I am looking forward to Logan.
Yes.
Which is weird to be able to say, but I'm just hoping it does what it seems to be promising.
Okay, so I listened to Doug Benson's podcast, Doug Loves Movies.
Yeah.
And he got to see the first 40 minutes of the film.
Yeah.
And he's sort of an opinion that I trust, because he will say when it sucks or whatever. He said
Right.
He said it was pretty badass. He says everything that he goes, it makes all the other Logans look like, why? What were you? All the other Wolverines look like. What was all that about? You guys are all pussies.
Yeah. Because this is an R-rated film, for one thing.
He says it's R-rated. They're cursing to the whole 9 yards. They're grumpy. They're everything that you imagine Wolverine should be.
Well, now, have you seen the latest Red Band trailer?
No.
Oh, it's got Patrick Stewart. It's got 2 fucks in it.
Yeah.
And one of them's delivered by Patrick Stewart.
Yeah, he did say that. He did say that it was a little off-putting watching Patrick Stewart or watching Professor X swear.
He says something like, we've had one meal and gotten no sleep for over 3 days. She's 11. I'm fucking 90. It's just like, oh, that's great. Because I love Patrick Stewart. And speaking of Patrick Stewart, did you see Ian McKellen's protest sign from the Women's March?
No, I did not. What did it say?
It just was a picture of the facepalm Patrick Stewart from Star Trek. I know, it's amazing. It's amazing. There were so many good signs. One of my other favorites was first they came for the Muslims, and then we said, not this time, motherfucker. By the way, everyone, punch Nazis.
Yes.
I'm just saying. And that was another great quote, is that somebody posted a quote from their 93-year-old grandmother saying, Oh, if I'd have known they were going to be beating up Nazis, I would have gone to Washington. Like, that's awesome.
Well, the other movie I'm looking forward to that's coming out fairly recently is actually the Lego Batman. Have you seen trailers for that yet?
I have. It looks very goofy.
Yeah, well, that's exactly why I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, all right.
Did you ever see the Lego movie?
I did not.
Well,
I know that you
go.
That movie absolutely surprised me with how much it was loved, because you just go, I'm sorry, the what is the what?
Go watch it. I'm telling you, go watch it, and then you'll know why I'm so excited for the Batman movie, the Lego Batman movie.
It's definitely on my list, especially because.
Yes, but where on your list is it? Let's be honest, Paige.
No,
Where
I've got a big fucking list. I'm not gonna lie to you. But it's like I love Chris Pratt, and I know he's the lead in that.
Yeah.
And what was it when, on one of his many visits to these kids' hospitals, he visited this kid who basically they spent a lot of the time doing Lego Movie dialogue back and forth. Because the kid loved Lego Movie. But yeah, I mean, you know what I mean? It's just like you're doing what? It's like the Pez movie idea or the Emoji movie idea. It's like somebody coming up and saying, "Oh, that Emoji movie, that was fucking great." It's like, I'm sorry, what?
The way that they put it together and make it all kind of tie together is absolutely brilliant. I mean, Will Arnett is Batman, who he's always just funny as hell. Morgan Freeman's in it.
Yeah.
And doing basically making fun of himself. Hell, Liam Neeson's in it, for crying out loud. Liam freaking Neeson plays bad cop, good cop.
That's pretty cool. I always like Liam Neeson.
So, I don't know exactly what you're doing, but
I don't know what I'm doing either, John. I don't.
Oh, Will Forte's in it too. Yeah.
Some days I just go, "What the fuck am I doing?" And then
Billy
I wake
D.
up.
Williams is in it. Billy D. fucking Williams.
Then I wake up in the trunk of my car and I go, why am I here again? How did this happen again? It's just one of those things.
And one of the directors was Chris Miller, who was also the director of.
Oh fuck! I should know this. What was it?
22 Jump Street, which I also loved.
Oh, I see.
Him and Chris Lord.
Okay, now here's a question. Then I'll ask you this, and then we can.
Or 21 Jump Street. I'm sorry.
Move on to recommendations. What
is your Jump Street? But anyway,
what is your take on the Chips trailer? I'm assuming you've seen this trailer.
I have seen it, and I honestly don't know.
Because Cosette thinks it looks hilarious.
It does. The person we really need to ask is Serve.
Oh, really?
Oh, you don't know about this?
No. What is this?
Oh, Serve and Shag are Chips aficionados. They love Chips. In fact, the story goes that they went up to Michael Dorn, did not say boo about Star Trek because they could care less. They wanted all of his stories from Chips because he used to be on Chips.
Oh, that's funny.
And he was more than willing to oblige them because he was like, this is like nobody ever freaking talks to me about that show. Yeah, no, I don't know. I can't quite.
Well, they would appreciate this. I forget. Where was it? Maybe it was the one time we went to Hilton Head, and we went out on a kind of like a canoeing tour, which was pretty hellish because I'm like, my lower back was killing me. But regardless, I think this is at Hilton Head. I think so. There was an island, private island. Guy had a house there, and out on the dock where he would pull up in his boat, he had a statue of Eric Estrada as Punch from Chips. And it was just kind of like, I don't even know. I'm not sure how to process this. This is so weird and glorious. But so, yeah. So there's that. The amazing Punch. So Shag and Serve could go and
they could
burn
go
incense.
on they could go on for days about Chips.
Well, I would love to hear their.
And they have two different versions. They have two different watchings of it too, because they watched it in college.
Watchings of it? What do you mean?
They watched it in college.
Okay.
Shag is the straight-laced guy. Serve was, well, surprisingly, Serve was Serve.
Okay.
So they inevitably were watching two different versions of the same thing, but they both loved it. So
okay.
In other words, one of them seeing it through, I don't know, a fog, let's say.
Let's say
it wasn't Serve. I mean, it wasn't Shag, rather. Oh, maybe it was Serve. Who knows? Wait, it was. I don't know. Whatever. You know what I'm saying.
I got you.
It does look very funny. Let me see who the hell is. Oh, okay.
What?
Interesting. Dax Shepard, who I like a lot, is the director and the writer, and he's also starring as John.
Has he directed before? I know he's written before.
Well, I am looking now to find out. He was free. Oh, I was gonna say he didn't write Idiocracy. That was Mike Judge. No, but he was in it. Let's see. Director. 7 credits as director.
Wow.
Except none of them very good. Well, I mean,
that was a fun sound.
They're good in the sense that he directed an episode of Parenthood, which he was on, which is fine. It's a TV series. He also directed an episode of About a Boy, which was a surprisingly well done adaptation of the movie. But anyway, and that's about it.
Okay.
Now he has completed directing Chips, and he is in pre-production for Scooby-Doo. Yes, that's right. They are making another Scooby-Doo.
Now, is it a sequel or is it a heaven forfend I ever say this, but a Scooby-Doo reboot?
It looks like a
clusterfuck? Oh, sorry.
Well, probably. It doesn't. There are very few details. So who knows if it ever sees the light of day.
Wow.
Matt Lieberman and Dax Shepard are screenplay writers. Huh.
Well,
yeah, Matt Lieberman's credits don't look so great.
The law of relative development does demand that there's a new Scooby-Doo movie, so we should not be surprised.
Well, Matt Lieberman, let's be honest. Matt Lieberman, he has such great writing credits to his name, such as Dr. Dolittle 4. There's more to that. Tail to the Chief. Yes, Tail to the Chief. Dr. Dolittle 4, Tail to the Chief. So, it's probably going to be quality.
That sounded painful just to say.
Yes.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. I'll
Okay.
survive.
All right, good.
But apparently, Scooby-Doo comes out in 2018, according to IMDb.
Wow. Okay.
But I am JB, so
So I've heard.
actually, Dax really doesn't even have that many writing credits, to be honest with you. He wrote Hit and Run, Brothers Justice, two things that I've never heard of back in 2012, and then Chips and Scooby-Doo.
Huh.
So, I mean, he made the right decision in who he married, but
Who'd he marry?
Kristen Bell. He's married to Kristen Bell.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why, yes.
And she's awesome.
Well done, Dax.
Yes.
Well, speaking of Dax Shepard, we should probably move on to recommendations.
We should shepherd our way over there.
Oh, hey! I don't know, by hook or by crook. Hey!
Now, let me ask you, what's the over/under on getting cameos from the original Chips cast in the Chips movie?
I would be surprised if they didn't. Because
I mean, they have to, right?
Yeah, I would think so. I mean, who are we talking about here?
We're talking about Eric Estrada.
Everybody's still around, right?
I think so. Don't think anybody's dead yet. I guess there's a way to find out.
Yeah, I'm looking right now. No, Robert Pine's still around. Actually looking pretty good, honestly. He was the sergeant.
Mm-hmm.
And then, Larry Wilcox is still around, so...
Michael Dorn's still around as the black guy on Chips.
Yeah, so they have to. I mean, that's just one of those things that's expected. And I honestly don't know what they're doing, but these days, but it seems to me that would be an easy check, I like easy checks. I'm not alone in this. So, recommendations. John.
Yes, sir.
What are your thoughts on recommendations?
They should be done, but I have some alternative thoughts on that as well. Alternate thoughts.
Oh, God.
In which... so no, what the hell is Michael Dorn doing these days? Oh, he's on Arrow.
Is he?
He's on Arrow?
Was or is?
He played Prometheus, so that was in 2012.
Oh, okay.
I did not realize that was him.
That's interesting. Good character.
Okay. Anyway, the OA. I'm going to recommend the OA. You have to be, and I'm not sure if I recommended this last time or not, but I couldn't have because I don't think it was out. I don't think we started watching it. Well, maybe we did. Anyway, you have to be in the right mindset to watch it, and it's it's 8 hours. Well, it's 8 episodes. It's 45 to 50 minutes each episode. The payoff at the end, I think, is worth the watch. It's very well done. It's more of a storytelling type show as opposed to shows that don't do storytelling. But
you'd be surprised how many shows don't do any storytelling.
It's pacing, and as the dad is the guy who you'll know his name from Walking Dead, the father of the girls, who's dead now. Spoiler alert. Old guy, can't remember the character's name.
Oh, him? Well, the character's name was Herschel Green.
Herschel, yeah.
Yeah, and I should know his name.
Anyway, he plays the dad in this. He plays her dad, the OA's dad, in this, and it's sort of a whole mystery around this girl who was blind, was kidnapped and then was it 13 years, 7 years later, maybe 7 years later, she comes back and she's no longer blind, and then her telling her whole story about what happened to her. And it's a very interesting, I don't know how better to explain it, other than it's just a really long form story,
Right.
to get to a payoff at the end that I thought was very powerful,
Yeah.
but then leaves at the very, and I'll just spoil this for you, at the very last couple of frames sort of leaves you back going, wait, what the hell just happened? And not in a Westworld kind of way where you realize what has happened. Now it's like, okay, I get what we led up to, but then at the end of the thing, I'm like, you're like, oh, it's obviously a setup for season 2. I mean, it's really
Right.
but you don't know exactly what. I don't know how else to explain it. It's highly rated right now on Netflix. There are detractors from it because they don't like the pacing. The pacing is nice. It's very slow, very methodical. So
Right.
if you're not into that kind of thing, then this isn't for you. But if you are, I think it's well worth the payoff. And that's basically it. Now, I couldn't get it from Amazon. I tried, but it's a Netflix original series, so they just wouldn't let me have it. But if I
understand.
had, I would have gone to needcoffee.com/Amazon/give-me-OA now. It's a much shorter URL, surprisingly, than normal.
Yeah, that is weird.
But it would have gotten me right to the OA, and I would have been able to purchase it there for their streaming service. That makes no sense. Anyway, so that's what I would have done, and that's what I recommend. Dung, I'm done.
Nice. All right, cool. Well, a couple things for me. A couple of Blu-rays. They've just put out a new Blu-ray for the first XXX film because The Return of Xander Cage is out and doing fairly well from what I understand it. I have not seen it yet, but I did greatly enjoy the original XXX.
What about the second one?
No. No, not really, no.
Because if you did, you would be that one guy that did.
Yeah, I know. But no, so that is always good. And I think this is the first Blu-ray of Triplets of Bellevue, Region 1 anyway, or Region A when it comes to Blu-ray. So that film, of course, if you haven't seen it, what the fuck's wrong with you? And if you don't have the soundtrack, what the fuck's wrong with you? Because it's a great fucking soundtrack. So that I recommend as well, that Blu-ray. And surprisingly, no music this week, even though I've been listening to a lot of it.
What?
I know, it's all craziness. So there you have it. Another Weekend Justice in the can. And by that I mean a Folgers can that we, sealing in for freshness. And so I think it's at this point, John, since we're the only two left, that we should probably just go all the way back to the beginning and say earbuds.
Ooh, earwigs. I mean, earbuds.
That too.
Oh, do you want to do introductions now?
Yeah, let's do that. So you're John.
Yes, I think.
And I'm Widge.
All right, great.
Yeah, that went well.
Another set of introductions down.
Yeah, I feel better already.
There we go. And here's my soundbite for that.
You're dealing with a fucking international cult of weirdos.
And we're talking about the White House now.
Oh God. Yes. Yeah. We'll do our special edition of Weekend Justice, the political podcast. That'll go down like a ton of bricks.
Yes. So I guess that's it.
I think that's it.
I regret nothing.
We know.
All
right.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
See ya.
You got it. Bye.
Bye. Stop this thing.